Rashad, why you
Anyways.
didn't hit me up?
What's up, Rashad? Hey, Rashad.
What's up, Rashad?
Thank you, Rashad.
Brother, I love you, brother. Trump lit.
What's up, Rashad? What it do, boy?
Hey, Rashad.
Yeah. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Rashad Milligan. If you are new to the channel, this is the road to 10K subs. I'm doing an early stream tonight. Not that early because it's still, midnight on the East Coast. Shouts out to all my people on the East Coast back home in the A, New York in the building, everything like that. Of course, all the people. And Nate too, DMV in the building too. East Coast is in the building for sure. So it's midnight over there, but this is a bit of an early stream for me because I usually go live in like 2:30 a.m. East Coast time and stuff like that. But to lay out the plan, the schedule for you guys for the next couple of days, I'm going live tonight so I can clip up and post the clips before I go to sleep, or at least get them in the upload space and stuff like that. And then in the morning, I'm gonna wake up before work. 6 a.m. Eastern time is when Tyler's album comes out. I'm not gonna probably be up until about 8 Eastern and to listen to it by 9 Eastern, and then I'm gonna get on stream, and then I will get my first thoughts about it, everything like that, and my instant review of it before work. So that's the plan right now, and that is why I am going live so early tonight. So that is that. I also want to say, was there anything I missed with Stud Buds? The only thing that really happened that was kind of worthy of note the last night of Stud Buds that we didn't already kind of cover and stuff was the Diplo thing. I don't even know if I might have even mentioned that last night, but it was the fact that Courtney Williams didn't know that was Diplo. She just thought it was a random dude playing EDM in the club at the Sports Illustrated party, and she was like, "Hey man, can you play some rap? Can you diversify the music selection?" And that was a viral moment. So shouts out to Courtney Williams, shouts out to Diplo. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't realize that was Diplo until the chat was saying it's Diplo. So there's that. I was just watching Max. I know. Okay, so going into the weekend, I had a chat with my chat, and we was like, okay, I'm gonna watch this like Marvel thing, this DC thing, the series, right? And then I'm gonna watch that, and I'm gonna start watching a movie a month. Like that's what I'm gonna do. I said I'm off until Monday, and this was like Thursday. Oh my goodness! So to report back to you guys, I didn't watch a movie. I didn't even watch Drewski's episode number 1 of season 2 of what is it, like Could Have Been Records. I haven't even watched that yet. The boot camp and stuff like that. I've been tuned into this Max thing, this Pipe Boy Max, Love Lock In, whatever it's called, Love Into Deep, season 2. Yeah. So I've been watching that all weekend, kind of in between doing things and stuff like that. And tonight was crazy. Like the questions that Max was asking was wild. He's doing it for the sake of the content, and the content creators were answering a lot of them. And I think the only person that wasn't was like Jay Cinco. Like he was the only one not answering stuff. Ben also didn't answer something too when they asked him when Max's cousin asked him. So you guys can see that. We'll get into streamers and women streamers and female streamers, how they're used in a lot of the streaming world later. I have a video to react to that. That'll be up last or one of the last 2 things, because it's 20-30 minutes. So there's that. I'm glad I laid out the itinerary and the agenda. Let's get into it. Okay, so the first things first, man. We talking about people hating on bags, bro. Because I'll tell you something. Even my dog Zero, and shouts out to Zero, you my dog. I appreciate the support. I seen you commenting all day on the separate videos and different segments and things of that sort. You know I appreciate it as always. You show me nothing but love. You are family. SSB, Zero, Wolf. Who else? Dang. Dan. I'm tweaking. Dan. Big Nate, like y'all family for sure. Y'all know. Flip, shout out to Flip as well. Y'all know y'all family. My boy Mo, when Mo drop in the chat sometimes and things of that sort, that's family. KD drop in the chat sometime, that's family in real life. Big Nate, I mean not Big Nate, but my boy Nate Butler, that's my family. He drop in the chat sometimes. Jordan Dunlap, that's my family in real life. He drop in the chat sometimes. All those people, right? I appreciate y'all. But Zero was tweaking, bro. He talking about, the WNBA ain't profitable. let me tell you something, man. You draw the line. You know what I'm saying? Like when you give your opinion, you got to draw a line in the sand. This is where I stand. I ain't moving off it. See, I ignored this last night. I ignored a lot of the comments last night because it is what it is. At some point, you have to accept the reality for what it is. And there are certain topics that people will never move off of. It's like that's just where they live. That's where their apartment is. That's where they're seated, and they are going to stay there. They're immovable. So you're kind of wasting energy. It's bad for your mental health, which turns into physical health and spiritual as well. It's going to bog you down, make you feel more groggy, everything like that. So certain things is not even worth going back and forth with someone because they already have their mind made up before you even talk to them about it. With that being said, I just kept seeing it, and I kept seeing it, and I kept seeing it. I seen something with Shaq. Someone sent me something with Shaq. Shout out to my brother who sent that to me and things of that sort earlier tonight in the group chat. You know, if you know. And I'm just like, man, it's so many people hating and in someone else's business for someone else bad. Like, what did you in someone else's business? This ain't got nothing to do with you, and you worry about how much money Sabrina and Nescu get from the New York Liberty. It's the same people that say, ironically, dang, this gossip stuff, don't nobody care about this. You having a whole conversation about how much someone's salary is from their employer. And all they want is a fair revenue share from their employer. As professional athletes, you only get 15 years if you're one of the greats of your generation. On average, you get about 3 to 5 years. If you're lucky, and if you're lucky, you get more than 5 years in a professional league. The window isn't that large to make the money that you want to make for the rest of your life. Because once you're out of the league and you can't get back in, D.D. Richards, shouts out to D.D. Richards. This ain't no shade. This is just the truth. Crystal Dangerfield. This ain't no shade. This is just the truth. Shouts out. What's up, Wolf? What's up, Wolf? Wolf, to catch you up. I did an early stream tonight. You know, this is about a couple hours early than what I usually do. I'm doing it because I'm waking up first thing in the morning to listen to the new album, and I'm gonna do a first reaction, everything like that, and rating before work tomorrow morning. But when you're out of the league, Angel McCautry, and you don't get to walk away from the game the way that you wanted to, she wanted just one more last dance, and she didn't get to do that. When certain players don't get the type of retirement that they think they're going to get, that they're afforded because of they had such legendary careers and all of the things, right? None of this is guaranteed. That's all that says. None of this stuff is guaranteed. So you need to be able to maximize your earning potential. And if you want to maximize your earning potential, how do you say that? Well, shoot, you play for a league that don't make no money. They lose money every year. They're in a bad TV deal. They'll get out the TV deal in 2026, and the next TV deal should be extremely profitable for them, and they should make money, and that's how it's going to go. Just is what it is. The Swag's also in a bad TV deal, according to the fans. According to the fans, that's not really my lane of things, but I know, according to Swag fans, they're in a bad TV deal with the ESPN and Disney. I don't know. It's just something I'm hearing. And shouts out to ESPN for employing a lot of my friends and peers and colleagues and things of that sort with Swag football and HBCU football in general. So salute. But they're just asking for a fair revenue share similar to their counterparts in the NBA. If we own by the NBA runs us. Why can't we get paid just like the NBA people? And when you say we get paid like the NBA people, that doesn't mean why can't Kayla Charles sign for $26 million just like a role player on the Minnesota Timberwolves can? It's not the same thing, right? That's not the same thing. What they're saying is, and like I said, it's rage bait. I'm getting myself hyped up for something that people have heard for a decade, but they just sat in their ways. And the people who hear this before they hear it are still going to be stuck. The WNBA doesn't deserve it. I hate women in the kitchen, whatever. Okay, right? But it's not saying that Kayla Charles deserves $26 million like a role player on the Minnesota Timberwolves deserves. It's saying that, okay, if the NBA players get a 50% revenue share from the NBA, then why can't we get something at least close or competitive to that 50% for the revenue share for the players in the WNBA? When you see the eyes and the attention that players like if you just start at the top, Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese have brought to the game in just the past 2 years is different. But with that, with Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese doing the whole thing in college and stuff like that at the national championship in 2023, which exploded the rest of women's sports forever and the landscape of women's sports forever in America, the passion and the fandom has spread among all the different teams around the league. The whole league is now more popular. The Atlanta Dream haven't been this popping since the Angel McCautry days. They're going to the championship year after year after year. Are they winning games? No, they're getting swept, but they're going to the and the city was on fire for them. But the South is also on fire for them because there's no other team in the South. It's kind of like the Atlanta Braves in Major League Baseball and things of that sort, right? So it's like, okay, that's the case over there. Atlanta's on fire for the Atlanta Dream. You have a great fan base out in Cali with the Sparks, longtime franchise out there. They've had an established fan base. New York has an amazing fan base. But Golden State came out of nowhere, and it was like, these people were just hungry for a team, which is crazy. It's like you always expect the first game to be sold out. It's the first game in Golden State, first WNBA game. They want to be able to say they went there, but to be sold out and travel the way that they've traveled is sensational. But okay, going back to it, Kate Martin played with Caitlin Clark from Iowa. She has a lot of fans because a lot of people were following her at Iowa. And they're still following her now, into the WNBA. Fans of people from UConn, USC, South Carolina, you're seeing all these fans starting to transfer over into the WNBA, something that the WNBA had a difficult time doing in past years, specifically in the past decade. UConn wins a gazillion games in a row. Gabby Williams and Stewie and Fee and Katie Lou Samuelson all go to the league, and then it kind of just gets quiet for them. It's like, dang, what happened? Like, these gals were leading Sports Center every single night. It was the number one story when they lost to Stanford and the Wumake sisters. And now it's like they get no type of coverage. This is something that Stewie said on the SB stage years before, Paige came up there on the SB stage and went viral for saying Black women built the sport of women's basketball and things. All right, I'm all over the place. I say all of this to say this is something that's been discussed for a long time, but the popularity now, which makes this CBA even more important, what Sinead Wumake said, the most important CBA negotiation in the history of American women's sports, is because it's just been amplified times 12 since the 2023 national championship in college. So yesterday's price is definitely not today's price. And that's all the WNBA players are saying. So if you have a problem with that, if you're going out of your way and you're having a problem with that, with antiquated, outdated opinions about this or that, WNBA players don't make the money. Sit down, bro. It's not concerning you. It's not affecting your wallet. It's not affecting your pockets. You ain't going to the game. It ain't like, dang, if they get a better CBA deal and a better share, they're going to go up on the ticket prices so the owners and the league can still make more money. And this and that, woo, woo, woo. First of all, I thought you said they didn't make no money. Second of all, you're not even going to WNBA games to begin with. The people who are complaining are people who have nothing to do with the WNBA. They just pay attention to like Caitlin Clark headlines. That's it, bro. You don't even watch the game. You don't even follow the game for real. So why am I wasting breath on you? That's why I didn't respond to this yesterday. Is no reason to. But I just kept seeing it over and over. And the fact that I seen Shaq say something about it definitely made me want to say something on it. But when you have someone like Lowe, legend winning, shouts out to Lowe. When you have someone like Lowe kind of calling you out and saying like you're all the way wrong in morals and this and that, and Lowe has crapped nothing but crapped on the WNBA for the past couple of years and things of that sort. So it just is what it is, man. But you're in the wrong when Lowe calls you out on something with the WNBA. When you have Lowe, when you have Dave Portnoy, these are some of the kind of like the guys that are like, what? Like, you guys are like the poster childs of just crapping over women's basketball in the W. Like, who are these people? But when you have them speaking up and calling people stupid for this, but them boys is in business. I ain't gonna lie. Aiden is also in business, but he doesn't watch the WNBA. Anyways, let's play this clip. And then I'll read Lowe's caption after.
What does that mean? Pay us what you owe us. Okay. Unless you're Caitlin Clark, you shouldn't ever be able to put on a shirt that says pay us what you owe us. I'll explain it to you ladies. And it's nothing against girls. People think I'm misogynistic and shit like that. I love women. I have sisters. I have a mother. I love women. But guys, let's be real here. Okay? your league makes no fucking revenue at all. It's probably a write-off for the NBA. I'm just being real here. I'll tell you guys how it is. I don't really give a fuck.
So there's that from Aiden Ross. And Lowe said, wait, ... Kig is a subsidiary. Kig gives much better revenue split than Twitch, which was Aiden's selling point for streamers to come over to Twitch ever since he kind of like was one of the starting people for it. It's like, come over to Twitch. I mean, come over to Kig. You'll get more money from your ad revenue than you will at Twitch. You make more money over here. Come over to Kig. Where for the creators, is no censorship. You don't get banned over here. It just is what it is. SSB was happening, twin. And yeah. So that's what Aiden Ross' selling point was for kids streamers to leave Twitch and come over to Kig. He said, so Lowe said, in 2023, Kig was not profitable, ... but they still gave $50 million to Aiden plus equity. He said, so according to you and your beliefs, you don't even think you should be getting paid at Kig. Is you gonna say that? Is you gonna give up your money for this and that? No. So why is you worried and speaking on somebody else's bag, bro? It's frustrating, dog. SSB said he trusts Lowe to be honest. He said Kig is kind of toxic. And then yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. But shouts out to Lowe. I mean, he's a rich dude. He knows his stuff. In the NBA, relatively. In the WNBA, he doesn't know his stuff. And I ain't gonna lie. I look up to Lowe in terms of like him being from the city, him being from like Atlanta, and making something out of himself out of content. Like he found a way to get the bag, and I don't know. I look up to him content wise. However, with this actual takes, terrible. With the WNBA, terrible takes. Shouts out to Bailey Jackson Sports. He said, I don't even think Rumble or other sites are profitable. Dang, it wouldn't surprise me if Rumble isn't. No, it kind of would. Because Rumble has like a, you know what I'm saying? I feel like a profitable kind of audience type deal aim. All right, shouts out to Bailey Jackson. This is the clip that I was sent in the group chat from my boy.
100,000 a year.
Disgrace. Asia Wilson should be making $10 million a year.
Caitlin's she's still on her rookie contract.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like
70 to 80,000.
I never knew this.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Bro, what? Oh my goodness, bro. To give you guys a little perspective on this, Shaq went on Angel Reese's podcast. First of all, Shaq has signed Dejanay Carrington, I believe, and Angel Reese, I know for a fact, to his Reebok brand, right? And what did I say? What did I say with that? And with that, he's worked in women's basketball. His daughter was a McDonald's All-American, and she's currently a SEC player, high level Division I competition. She has a chance to go to the WNBA if she improves immensely for the rest of her college career. The fact that he did not know current WNBA salaries and ranges and things is insane. I just want to say that. Let me see what SSB was saying before I continue. To be YouTube is the top dog. Everyone else is scrapping for leftovers. To me, on this whole situation, if you can get the finances correct, you should your portions of the shares. Yeah, no, I agree with that, man. Just if the NBA, it comes down to this. Before I'm gonna say this again. If the NBA gives its players 50% of revenue, the WNBA currently gets 9% of revenue. That's a 40% gap, 41% gap, right? Math. The WNBA players are just asking, dang, can we at least get 35%? Can a sister at least get 40%? Heck, can we even meet you somewhere near the middle and get 27-30%? But I ain't doing no 9% when the NBA, And then Satu, I don't know what the first offer was, but Satu said it was a slap in the face. Look, negotiation tables, the art of negotiation. Read the book. We're gonna watch this anyway. Here we go.
I never knew that. So now we gotta lower the rim. Stop it. But you want to make more money?
Oh my goodness. And he's sticking with this lower the rim and where the panties thing, like Shaq, bro. I don't know. I don't know if he even said that. I didn't even finish my thought. I jumped from another thing. So he went on the Angel Reese podcast, if you guys didn't know, and his Reebok athlete. And he pretty much just said, like, y'all gotta lower the rim so y'all could dunk. And then, wear them shorts that you wore on stage at Wildin' Out. And the shorts that Angel had on at Wildin' Out. Excuse me. Wildin' Out. Hold on. Wildin' Out. The shorts that Angel Reese had on there. I'm about to say, internet, don't be doing this to me now. These were the shorts that she had on at Wildin' Out. He said, if you wear these shorts that you had on stage at Wildin' Out, if you're doing that and y'all lowered the rims, more people will watch and y'all would get it. Y'all would get it popping. Crazy. Because she looked at Shaq as a big homie, as a unk, as a this, as a that. And he's saying, get a little sexy for me and dunk. And then we'll watch the games. It's crazy, dog.
Let Caitlin go baseline and fingertip dunk. And then Angel, the way she do her layup like that, let her turn that wrist over one time and throw it down. Come on, man. Trust me on this. I'm telling you. I've always said something to Candace on how the game would grow. I was doing the Shaq verse one time, and I was training with the women volleyball. I'm spiking. I'm looking like a Olympic volleyball. But then when I get to the guys, I'm barely spiking. So I said, hey. He said, yeah, the net's just lowered a little bit. And in women's golf, guys are back here. The women are right there, right? What's the only thing that's missing from the women's game and the guys' game?
The ball's already smaller in the women's game, as you know.
Not this again.
What is the only thing that's missing?
The dunking.
Thank you. I'm not saying lower it to clown rate. Again, don't go from 10 feet to 8 feet, but just right there. But that's the only difference from our game.
So yeah, crazy take. I'm glad at least one of the co-hosts spoke up and said, not this again. At least someone said something. Shouts out to Bailey Jackson. I see her name every now and again. I think she was on Check Out the Stat. Shouts out to Stat Baby. Shouts out to Treasure Wilson. Shouts out to AMP. Shouts out to Chris Next Door and things of that sort. For sure. Both friends of the channel. Ironic. I don't even know if they know that. But shout out to both of them for sure. All right, next. The Atlanta Alien. The ATLien.
What you told him from? Spray holder bear? Huh? What you told him? Spray holder bear?
Man, spray holder bear. Look, air hole cool. I ain't gonna count now.
Okay.
Air hole cool. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Get what? Them hoe only got one pussy. Spray hole got me hoe. How many pussy them hoe got?
What you got, man?
But the hoe got 3 pussies.
3 on fire.
A big one, a tight one, and a wide one. Like, come on.
Oh, Lord,
like,
boy.
why without? I'm dealing with an air hole. This hoe don't want to suck the tentacle. Spray hoe, get what? Spray hoe go crazy.
Go stupid on that bit.
Off the muscle, like, come on, man.
That
Why
nigga
would I
that
fuck with her? And look, I came down here to fuck with her hoe. But it's on her.
Where you from, fam? Where you from, man?
Oh, well, you know, I'm from Squad and Folk, you know what I mean?
Okay,
R.I.P. my brother Zarlat, you know what I mean?
Zarlat,
We
okay.
stepped on
We fuck with
Zarlat,
that,
you know what I
boy.
mean? So get what? Well, I'm stepping for Eon behind my boy. Yo, like
Most
that.
definitely. Most definitely.
Stepping before eons before my boy.
What
it is, fam? Tell me your Instagram, gang.
Spay God.
Spay God the Thug.
D.A. Thug.
I got you.
Spay God the Thug. Spay God the Thug. Is that all right? Well, hold on. We gonna look him up. What is the alien doing in 2025? All right. So first of all, I want to say this, bro. This is where I'm from, dog. This is the city where I'm from. So when the next time someone want to say I don't speak English or I speak too much street or I so compare how I speak to someone like this. This is the environment I came up from, bro. This is what I'm surrounded by. Cousins, uncle, auntie. This is what I'm surrounded by, bro. Compare that to how I speak, bro. And use that contextual context or whatever the next time you hear me speak or whatever. All right. So there's that. I can't find it. He because it sounded like he said Spay God the Thug. Let me see. Uh-oh. Folks was leaking. Folks was leaking. Let me see. I'm gonna switch back. I'm gonna look at up in the meantime. Atlanta Alien. It might be in the comment section. Is this him? No, this is just a basketball team. Yeah, it's just a basketball team. Shouts out to the Atlanta Aliens, man. Oh, this look like a semi-pro team. This look like grown men. I gotta check them out. Anyways, I'm getting off topic, off track. Let me see. Alien. Oh, all right. Okay. All right. Real talk, wherever I support them to is crazy. Real Aliens. I know y'all are on Twitter. What do you think of this? They ain't tripping. I heard he's Zarlakin, the real ATLien on God. It's good all the time. Zarlak. Let me see. The alien valet at the cookout. What is the aliens page, bro? Comment. Bruh, I love my city so much. He look like American Dad. Why does everybody keep saying Zarlath? Who is Zarlath? Zarlath. What is going on right now with the joints? Zarlath popped up when I looked up Zarlath. Okay, so this is Zarlath. Oh, okay. All right. Salute to Zarlath. Bama Boys Not From Earth. Predictive programming coming soon. He was outside, by the way, of Magic City. So there's that. The Shamara people. Zarlax. Oh, Zarlax. Okay. Zarlax. This Zarlax? All right. I'm trying to find this man's page because they said he got a whole page, bro. Someone said Zarlad. Oh, someone finally made a comment on his dialect. Speak English. Da da da. Like, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy because everybody has, you know what I'm saying? Like, their slang, the way they speak. Everybody speaks a different way. Like, country white folks in America, like, speak a different way than this way and the way that people speak maybe in Washington or this. Like, so when people say English, please, it's like, I know white people, bro, who like you won't have an idea what they're saying, dog. Learn English or leave. See, there it is right there. Like, it's so crazy to me. Like, it's one of my pet peeves, bro. Because you know it. Like, you should know at your big age when you're commenting on the internet. You should know what someone is saying. I shouldn't be in the city. Someone done stepped on Zarlat. So his name's Zarlat. All right. I gotta find this dude, bro. Is his name Zarlat? Is this it? Zarlat. No, it's not him. So everybody's saying Zarlat. But they saying, some people saying rest in peace to him. Gray faces, racist. Oh, I probably should have opened this. All right, let me see. What is this TikTok?
What you told him? Tell your Instagram, gang.
Spay God.
Spay God the Thug.
D.A. Thug.
Spay God the Thug. Spay God the Thug. Oh, I found it. Oh, Space God the Thug. I found it finally. Space God the Thug. This is finally him, bro.
See, I ain't gonna lie, boy. These people play with y'all weak ass earthlings because they know y'all ain't on shit. Y'all ain't gonna do nothing. But see, these folks don't come fuck with me because they know I'm gonna disintegrate some shit, boy. You know what I'm saying? See, like, so that's the difference between me and y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm a G. I'm a galactic G, a galactic general. You is an earthling bitch. You're not gonna do nothing. You're gonna do what them people tell you to do, bro. You're scared, my boy. You're a pussy, my boy. You know, with the lips on it. You hear that, my boy? You a snapper with the head on it. Pure pussy. Not gonna do nothing to nobody. Me, galactic stepper. knock off nigga whole planet, knock down nigga moon, knock off nigga sun, but ain't no not to play with me, boy. They play with you, nigga, boy. Fuck you tell me, boy. Don't ever compare yourself to Space God, okay? Space God. Be stepping for eon, stepping in different solar systems and shit. See what I'm saying? Got many hats, all collected hats.
I don't even. So no, yeah. This is the video is definitely AI, like the interview videos and stuff like that, which is weird because like he's an actual dude. So it's just like, why not have the actual dude do the videos instead of doing the AI? Oh, this is him?
Why Atlanta is not the place to move to while in a
Let's
relationship.
get into it, man. Why Atlanta is not the place for you and your significant other to move to try to settle down in. Let's dive. Like, ladies, y'all don't want y'all niggas up under this much pressure, man. Look at these folks, man.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I feel like Buddy should have just created a new page instead of having his face revealed.
Hey, what's my what an earth hole? I didn't see no earth hole. Like, what? Y'all get to see y'all play, y'all ain't got no gold. I ain't with the game. Hey man, I ain't with the man on man shit, male on male shit. Then y'all play. I'm looking for some space hole.
Goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. So the suit must have just came in. The suit must just came in and stuff. But yeah, like I'm saying, for him, he probably should have kept himself off of the page and just did nothing but the alien. But he's mixing in himself with the alien. I don't know. I guess it worked because he already had a following, and then it was just a thing that. Let me see. I'm gonna watch a random one. Y'all know I don't do too much AI stuff, things of that sort. Damn, what's happening? South Dallas swag. RPs are like.
That smile right there, man. That what got me stepping on these folk right now.
All right, bro. All right, bro. Hey, he got it, dog. He got it, man. Hey, he got it. This might just work for him. What's the news, man? This might just work for him, bro. This might take his comedic career to the next level. Jeez Louise, man. So like, is he gonna do a whole stand-up as an alien, or is he gonna do it as him? So I don't know. The Mavs incident and Dean Wade from the Cavs. Shouts out to the real D Wade. Just kidding. Back up, Dean Wade. You've been talking about a Cleveland Dallas trade for a little minute.
Look, man, it ain't no Marax case till it's a Marax case. So until the Galactic Federation come to you with an indictment, I don't want to hear this shit, bro. You got it? You understand? Because I remember when I gave your pussy at them process, you and your dog, get your bitch ass out of that Galactic College. You ain't say that. So I don't want to hear nothing about what you with and what you ain't with. You gonna be with whatever the fuck I'm with.
All right, bro. Okay, I get the point. But yeah. That was shoot. Hey, go ahead, get your money, bro. Go ahead, get your money. You know what? Heck yeah. I wanted to point this out about people we're talking about. They pointed this out, right? If the Epstein scandal teaches this from the Atlantic, if the Epstein scandal teaches us anything, it's that America needs a dedicated and decently funded group of people whose job it is not to ask questions but to find answers. Let's call them journalists. What? They attacking journalists for asking the questions that everybody been thinking about? Atlantic, let me tell you something, brother. Let me tell you something. I know a thing or two about this little thing called little journalism, things of that sort. Let me tell you something. The job of the media is to serve as the medium between the product, the thing, the event, whatever the case might be, public figure, whatever the case, the interest that the public has, public interest. Difference between that and the consumer. We are the medium between that. That is what the media is. So the media's job is to present the information, the facts, and to answer the questions that the public has. Ain't no, you shouldn't ask questions. What? That don't even make no sense. That's literally the point of journalism, is to ask a question. What are we talking about here? Oh, we don't need people who ask questions but find answers. What is you talking about, Atlantic? You getting ratio for sure. 1.6 thousand responses, 2,500 likes. And here we go. Someone said the woman on the right is Ghislaine Maxwell. She trafficked children for Jeffrey Epstein. I don't know if I could say that on YouTube. The woman on the left owns your magazine, and there it is. Everybody connected. The thing about it, bro, is the thing about it, dog. It's like they really trying to gaslight the people that we don't know what's going on. Like, we know what's going on here. Like, you can't gaslight us into thinking, oh, it's not real, it's not true, when we known it's true for at least the last 10 years. The public has. And people have known for longer than that, but just the public and everything like that, we know this is a real thing. Epstein Island, the higher ups and money, getting money. So you can't just say, oh, no, it's not true. Man, y'all making up stuff, man. Y'all feeding into these narratives and this, as for the facts. Man, you can't fool us, bro. We already know it's already out there. Regardless how long you try to gaslight us and ignore it and act like it didn't exist and didn't happen, you cannot gaslight us. They're saying the framework. Sorry for coughing in the mic. They're saying the framework of the trade is supposedly to be Hardy for Dean Wade straight up, and the Cavs might want a second round pick. I don't know about that trade. I ain't gonna lie to you. I like Jaden Hardy. I guess I'm a bit biased because I think I watched him in high school. I like Jaden Hardy, bro. Hold on. Let's look at his stats. Last season he averaged nearly 9 points a game. 1-1. I like Jaden Hardy, bro. Excuse me. So you have that versus Dean Wade. And Dean Wade averaged 5 points a game, 4 rebounds, and one assist. So yeah, I don't know. I would keep Hardy. Unless it's just some money stuff to bring back on like you said, Exum. But yeah. All right. And now to get into these reactions, I got 2 long videos that I'm reacting to, and then we are out of here. Like I said, I'm doing an early stream tonight so I could get back to it in the morning and not react, but to watch to listen to the Tyler album and get my first thoughts into it. So earlier, Wolf asked if I thought it was going to be good. I think Buddy, I don't know. I just don't know because he's really down talking it. So he's saying have no expectations of a concept or anything like that. And then tonight he said, be ready to dance. And that's the step 1. It's like movement. It's not optional, like move and stuff like that. So we'll see. Would I trade Omax and a 2032 second for Dean Wade? See, so the thing about a 2032 second, that's literally just GM stuff. You too far deep in if you worried about a second round draft pick from 2032. That don't even matter. Is Dean Wade worth a second round pick plus a player? No, I don't think so. He's just a bench guy. Like just a bench guy. He's an end of the bench guy. Like Dean Wade is not a game changer to me, dog. Respect to Dean Wade. You know, he's held on in the league for a little minute now, but he's just not him for me. All right, for sure. So next thing, wait, hold on. Let me keep going with Dan first. Fans in Dallas want Hardy going too because his ball handling is subpar. He scores the ball like he's a backup of a, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are people's expectations of backup guards? I think if you can get 8 points out of your backup guard, that's good enough. If you want to replace him, that's cool. But like, it's good enough. Let me see what Dan says before I move on. Because once I get into these 2 reactions, that's it for the night. I ain't speaking on nothing else. Well, too much. I'll say too much. I might, just for the sake of, for the plot, for breaking up the reaction so I don't get like just copyrighted and stuff. Right. Okay, I think I'm about to get into it. So the reason why I picked this video to react to, I've had it pulled up for a couple of weeks now, but I just haven't reacted to it, is because with the In Too Deep, you know, kind of the main thing was just about like kind of focus on the women streamers. But the women streamers is weird because they're such an integral part of everything. Like, it's kind of like anything else in the entertainment industry. Your music isn't going to pop unless the women like it. Your party isn't going to be popping if you don't have women coming. Like, you invite women, you don't invite any guys, and then the men will come. That's just how it goes. Like, everything kind of in life is like ladies free in the club before 11, you know, ladies. And it's kind of like the same thing in Twitch, of just like, while female creators might not get the most attention or anything like that, they might be placed on the back burner. Them as characters of being like the fine girl, of proving that I could talk to this girl or rizz her up or whatever the case might be, right? Or farm around her the best or pull the most girls is like a big deal, you know, on Twitch and stuff. So that being said, this is by Official Ronnie. I believe this is Ronnie. Yeah, Official Ronnie. And link to the original video will be in the description. Let's get it. I'm about to get some water.
On Twitch, it's not just the trend anymore, it's the dark life of a female streamer on Twitch. It's not just the trend anymore, it's the new default. The dark life of a female streamer on Twitch. It's not just the trend anymore, it's the new default. If you're a woman trying to blow up on Twitch in 2025, there's a silent rule book for female streamers. Whether they admit it or not, the biggest or the upcoming female streamers are playing a game. Because in today's streaming culture, if you're not leveraging your body, you're kind of getting left behind. Twitch has kind of become core. I can't say the actual word, but there's a niche that has been blowing up on Twitch over the past couple of months, years, you could say. The ones who cook in booty shorts or get really parasocial with chat. And it seems that a lot of these female streamers are getting hate, but it's beneficial to them at the same time. But they're getting a lot of hate for it too. We'll discuss what I'm talking about in a minute. This isn't anything new. Amaranth walks so the new wave could sprint. She figured out the formula years ago. Parasocial attention plus sexual appeal, that's already been done. Everyone saw how far that formula could take you. Now we're deep in an era where overly aggressive has around balls. Content is basically a growth strategy. Twitch isn't a gaming platform anymore. It's digital reality television.
Right.
Tim the Tapman, a gamer, has expressed his concerns for how streaming has kind of turned IRL and not about gaming anymore.
I mean, guys, I opened up Twitch this morning just to see what everyone was watching. There were 500,000 people watching just chatting. And the closest video game to that, I believe, was League of Legends at 100K, and then Counter-Strike at like 85. So I think it's just gaming in general right now, because all the views seem to be when you just go into just chatting and you talk about drama. That's where viewership is, man. I mean, bro, you could argue right now the biggest streamers out there don't even game that much. I mean, look at, bro, this guy Kai just hung out with LeBron. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? IRL is king now. That's the reality. Like, in real life stuff. That era of Tyler having 100,000 viewers every single day for Fortnite, that is over. I think there's one game that could bring those numbers back, and that's literally GTA 6. And if GTA 6 don't bring back watchability for gaming, we are cooked, boys.
It's not that every woman on Twitch is doing that type of content, because that's what's not happening. But the ones who don't find themselves doing that, they're invisible, overshadowed, unrecommended. This has been going on for as long as this whole online shit been popular, but women who lean into that get rewarded with clicks, followers, brand interests. But then they get labeled a pick-me, thought, a thuder, and not a real streamer. On the flip side, women who try to avoid that route, a lot of them get buried. So now we're in a space where you either play the game or you get benched. Now, granted, there is successful streamers who don't do that type of stuff, but it seems like the ones with a lot of eyes are the Cooking of Kaya's, the Zoe Spencers, India.
Have a good night, brother. Enjoy the album. Like I said, I'll be live in the morning, probably around like 9 a.m. Eastern time, to talk about the album before work.
of those type of streamers. Now, disclaimer, I'm just pointing this out, so it's gonna get a little weird here in a minute, but it's okay at the end of the day. It's just some unemployed talks, that's it. This type of content didn't start in 2025. It's been brewing for years. The real tipping point, the infamous hot tub meta of 2020 and 2021. That era had Twitch flooded with women streaming from inflated pools and bikinis, chatting it up for hours while pulling thousands of viewers. It was simple, pretty girl plus minimal outfit, easy views. Amaranth, the face of that meta, pulled in over 500k new followers in just 1 month. She was ahead of that, and other streamers along that. Streamers were cashing out while barely playing video games. That's what Twitch was known for at the time. And once other women saw the formula working, they jumped into it. Twitch tried to push back. Amaranth and others caught short-term bans in 2021 when the ASMR stream started towing the line too hard, but the numbers didn't lie. The content had viewers locked in, so the people kept coming back. By mid-2021, Twitch was split into two. On one side, gaming, what people call actual content. On the other, hot tubs, donation goals, mic licking, and all that. It was at that time people started calling it cam girl content and warned that Twitch was becoming a place where underage kids were being exposed to that content, and they didn't belong there, obviously. Streamers like XQC called the trend a straight up exploit of Twitch's rules. Anyway, fast forward, then Kai Cenat came in and changed everything. I know I mentioned him in every video, whatever, I don't care. I mentioned this in a video, I don't remember which one, but there's a butterfly effect with Kai. Without him, a lot of these new streamers or TOS people probably wouldn't even be on the map right now. Cooking with Kaya, India Love, Zoe Spencer, they didn't just pop out of nowhere. Kai built a stage so big that even side characters became main attractions. He played a part in what I'm about to get into, whether he wanted to or not, and made this wave mainstream. Meet the new faces of Twitch's pushing the line type of content. Okay, hold on, wait, let me stop for a second. These are not the faces of the future of Twitch female content. I'm just saying that, I'm just pointing something out, okay? All right, let's pinpoint 3 female streamers who embody Twitch now and what I think the future could be or will be for female streamers. Cooking with Kai, India Love, and Zoe Spencer. 3 very different creators who share one thing in common. They've learned how to work the system that rewards, how do I say this? Controversy, because controversy sells. First up, Cooking with Kai, the self-proclaimed kitchen seductress who had TikTok's women in an uproar and a lot of men in a trance. Her content began as cooking videos with
Cooking with Kaya, cooking with
a twist. She dances in skimpy outfits. A lot of women did not find it fun or funny. They branded her a pick-me girl, accusing Kaya of seeking male approval at the expense of other women. To them, her flirty, steal your man thing was whack, that they didn't get the hype, and even insulted her looks, implying she wasn't even attractive enough to warrant all this attention.
Cooking with Kaya. Cooking with Kaya.
Oh, I'm starting on TikTok. I see this girl. No, I apologize. I see this beautiful black woman. You feel me? Her name was Cooking with Kai, Cooking with Kia. I think it was Kai. If I said it wrong, I apologize. But just so you know, I cook, I clean. I'm looking for marriage. You feel me? It's like I don't even eat meat, but baby, like I'm on my mind on the spiritual being level. Like I'm ready to elevate. Like when I say I seen this girl throw down so many meals, and she always say, "Go cook for your man before I cook for him." Like, oh, like bro, the last female I was messing with, the bitch couldn't make noodles. She couldn't make a Pop-Tart. Like, how can you not make a Pop-Tart? You take a wrapper and you give it to me. How can you do that? Handle my shit all crumbly and shit. Hey, listen. Cooking with Kai, like, I'm from Miami, you feel me? Like, y'all always say, oh, you're in Miami, you got all the women there. No, I'm in Miami, I got all the wannabe city girls. I got all the 304s. Oh my God, where is she from? I want her. Where is she from?
But just as the TikTok controversy simmered down, Kaya stepped into a new arena, Kai Cenat Streamer University, a live streaming extravaganza of learning how to stream or just network and shit like that. So here, Kaya's online persona met real-life chaos. During an after-hours club, I think it was Quan, content creators smacked Kaya's ass. The clip went viral and Kaya's boyfriend or ex-boyfriend was not amused. Apparently he was watching from his hotel, so the ex-boyfriend, or Zabron, if that's how you say his name, he went on Twitter and said, "Damn, I'm waiting for my girl and she at the club getting her ass." I don't know how to feel. Anyway, ass slapped live in front of 50k people. And then he said, "Never trust no bid, y'all. Learn from me." Essentially, he accused Kaya of disrespecting him for the sake of content, I guess. This outburst sparked yet another debate. Some thought Zabron embarrassed her by overreacting publicly, while others argued Kaya invited the disrespect by dancing provocatively on stream. Let's do a little compilation of this situation, shall we?
There's 3 things that I don't want. I don't want to be publicly embarrassed. You feel me? I don't want to be publicly embarrassed. I don't want to be publicly disrespected.
I know. I think it was ironic that Raya, for the people who follow streaming, this is for the people who follow. If you don't know who I'm talking about. But Raya she said it's something similar after the 4th of July during the phase party when Silky was flirting with another girl. She said, I don't want to be embarrassed, whether it's for content or not. I don't want to be embarrassed. Hey, that is what it is. You don't get to take a chance with me. And then Max invited her out to the Love House little thing this weekend, and she was just, oh, Silky, I love you. I don't know if she was doing that for content, but she just said, we're not doing this for content. So it's like, what is it? All right, anyways, that ain't none of my business. So
Right. And I don't want her to let no nigga slide that's trying to get on that. Like, I'm not saying you gotta be disrespectful to the nigga and just automatically dub the nigga, but no entertaining that shit. Put a nigga in a friend zone. The niggas that watch Twitch more, I'm publicly embarrassed now. Bro, I've been publicly embarrassed about this shit, nigga. Everybody that know me was like, what the nigga? Just because not everybody knew, a lot of people knew. I got a lot of supporters, bro. Everybody that knew me knew that we was together. So I was getting embarrassed the whole time, bro. Y'all should see my Discord game. These niggas on my ass. I'm like, and the thing is, I'm in the Discord. I'm like, nah, she not doing shit. Nothing happening. Nothing going on. No entertaining shit. Nothing.
Supposedly, he touched me and I had no idea. Like, he touched me without me even seeing. So I wasn't aware of that until the chat started saying like his name. And I didn't know who he was at first, but he did just come up to me. He apologized if he did do it, which I'm not denying that he did because I've seen like the clip or whatever, but he apologized for it.
Zabron, the ex, was
SSB,
still
welcome
mad
back. Welcome
because of
back.
that, because they had
Hold on. Let me give SSB. All right, so I'm into the stream just for reacting to two videos and things of that sort. This one is, talking about female streamers and stuff and where they fit in the landscape of streaming and everything. I've had this pulled up in a tab for a couple weeks now, but I decided to react to it now because A, it's a slower day in sports. B, because I'm making this a short stream in general and stuff like that to wake up early tomorrow to listen to Tyler Creator and review him before work tomorrow. And then C, what was the third reason why I was doing this? I don't think there's a third reason, but those main two reasons. I felt like it went. It went hand in hand with what happened with Max Joint tonight. Max Joint tonight. He did the Into Deep season 2 finale, and it was like the biggest thing on Twitch. It had nearly 200,000 viewers, concurrent viewers at the same time. So I thought it fit in the perfect time to react to it.
Shit, but you know what Cooking with Kaya did? She spent it on him and told him that you need to get your money up and you need to do something. Maybe if you were famous, then this situation wouldn't have happened or something like that. I don't know.
I was respectful enough to tell him, I still want this, but I just want you to go get established. That's all I was asking for. I just want him to get established.
Connie said the same thing to her ex-boyfriend, Aaron. It's crazy. That's like a trend of like, they break up with their boyfriends and be like, get your clout up, get your money up to my level. Like, that's crazy. It's like, I care for you so much, but look, when people say money does not matter in relationships, that's a lie. Yeah, I'm not no red pill. I'm not no red pill, man, and this and that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I've graduated from that stage in my life and things of that sort. Thank God, right? I'm a man of God. However, it is something that they've been saying. Shouts out to Lauren Simmons as well. She said this right here on her Instagram. Lauren Simmons, my former classmate, everything like that in high school. She was the youngest black woman or the youngest woman, period, youngest person on Wall Street. And I believe it was youngest woman. But yeah. My former classmate. She said this. Big popular, blew up after that story went viral and stuff like that. They're making a movie about her. If you're new to my channel, I never told that story. If you aren't new to the channel, I've told the story a bunch of times. She said, I've been doing a bunch of IRL research lately, and let's just say the dates have been interesting. It got me thinking, how does your relationship with money shape who you date, or is it for ... Comment if it's just more than one. I love your thoughts. Whether we admit it or not, money will show up on the date, in the dynamic, and in the decisions we make about love. So, yeah, that's what she's saying, man. Hold on, let me see the rest of the post. Okay, that was it. It's pretty much the same fit. She just shown in different backgrounds and things of that sort. So yeah, money is gonna pop up in everything, bro. SSB said money does matter. Zero was handing. Like I shouted you out earlier. You missed the WNBA bag hating segment. You'll see the replay. You see the replay. But yeah, money shows up in everywhere unless you're on your J. Cole stuff. But J. Cole fake broke. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's certain people that's fake broke. I remember Gambino, like Gambino was doing because of the internet era, right? And he was wearing the same fit or whatever and stuff like that, right? He was wearing the same fit. He had like scruffy hair, scruffy beard, everything like that. And I look back at a lot of that stuff. First of all, he had just a whole closet full of the same outfit, right? And it was an expensive outfit. Second of all, I look back at it a few years later. This man beard is still lined up. Like it looked crazy off top back then, especially it looked crazy, but it was still lined up in this and woo woo and all that. J. Cole ride the bike, you know, like you say, he ride the Toyota Corolla, something humble and everything like that. And then what he come home to? A crazy mansion, a crazy glass mansion. Hold on. Oh, yeah. I don't want to go to the rated house. I just want to go to the house, period, right? Let me see. J. Cole. Let me see. Because the first thing that pop up, but let me see like J. Cole mansion, something like that. Hold on, I'm gonna look up J. Cole mansion. But then J. Cole go to like something crazy, dog. Hold on. Because this is his childhood home. J. Cole so private, you can't even see his stuff. But anyways, look at this. Look at this GQ Pro. They're like, this is J. Cole's actual money. Like, even though these fits is horrible and things of that sort, a couple of them is decent. Okay, whatever the case might be. This is J. Cole actual money, dog. So it's just, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. He fake broke. Dan saying I can hear you with that. Yeah, all I'm saying is he fake broke. It's real people dating that's actually, you know what I'm saying? That's actually broke. And then women say, and I blame this on society, right? I feel like society puts pressure on women of like, if I say money matters in a relationship, I look shallow, I look like a B word, I look like this, I look like that, wah, 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 wah. And it just opens the gates for misogyny, right? But you know what I'm saying? Crazy stuff in this world, Rashad. You feel me, Dan? Like, so because of that, because they don't want to be labeled as some of the words that I just said, which is kind of inevitable if a man just hates women in general. Like, it don't matter what you do. You could be the nicest woman in the world, the most productive and intelligent woman in the world, and talented. If a man hates a woman, he gonna hate you. He gonna, oh man, women need to know their place. These women tripping. These women getting educated in 2025. These women getting more educated than men in 2025. That's why they taking all the C-suite jobs. Man, get your own C-suite. Get your own C-suite. If you gonna complain about someone else getting some money, get your own money, bro. Anyways, let me see. It's like you gotta respect everyone in the world, like chivalry. Yeah. Well, yeah. So what I'm saying is, because women have this expectation of like, if you say you want these things out loud, then you look like a shallow, terrible person. So I'm gonna stay away from it. Because of that, they say, I don't think money matters. It's more about personality to me. I don't care about looks. I don't care about money. Just be a good person and treat me well. And everything else will sort itself out. We can go from there. So they say that. But if you're in a situation like one of these content creators who break through, they become successful, like a Cooking with Kaya, like a Zoe Spencer, like a Connie Rosie. I don't know how to say Connie's last name, but I think it's Rosie. But if you say that and you give a regular dude, quote unquote, a chance, eventually there's going to be some type of, dang, like, I'm hanging around all these, like, my coworkers, all these, you know what I'm saying, all these fellow content creators that make 6 figures a month, all of these things and stuff like that, 6 figures. And then I come home to my boyfriend, and my boyfriend's like Olive Garden, and I'm on the level of like, I'm out of touch of reality. I make his year-long salary in 1 month. It just is what it is. It's weird. It's a weird thing, bro. It's a weird thing. And I think eventually it does start pulling a little bit of there's a little bit of struggle there. Red pill is low-key dying. 100%. I think red pill is high-key dying, dog. Like, Rest in peace to you know what I'm saying, to Kevin Samuels. I was about to say another Kevin. Rest in peace, Kevin Samuels, bro. But I think ever since then, when Kevin Samuels passed, and then when Andrew Tate and his brother got locked up, I think that's when red pill content went. Zero said red pill been dead. Yeah. But it went down because of those two things. And Kevin Samuels died like when? Like 2022? Kevin Samuels. Yeah, he died 2022. And Andrew Tate and them and his brother, like, I think they went to prison like the same time. So yeah. Famous people breakup rate is probably way higher than the average person. And then Zero said Fresh and Fit killed it. It was, yeah, I think red pill content is just like, it's so in your face that it was eventually going to make people upset. You know what I'm saying? It was eventually going to make people upset. Dan said, I got through the weekend. I was able to talk to my friend's mother. I'm happy to hear that. First things first, Dan. And then she gave me the biggest hug when she saw me. That's good. That's good, man. Ain't nothing like a good hug, bro. How was did you go to karaoke on Friday? How was karaoke? Or not Friday, but I think Friday, because I said I was staying in the house. Fresh and Fit screwed themselves. Yeah. Oh yeah. But it's like nobody wants to be yelled at, bro. like you don't want to just be yelled at, like, you losers. You losers don't do anything in life. You'll never be anything in life. And that's why these women won't text you back. Like, nobody wants to. And then women don't want to see you losers. The nice girl doesn't win. You got to be mean to these men. You got to walk them like a dog to make them respect you. Nobody want to hear that every day. Dan said he did, and it was a busy night. He was busy that night. Oh, I'm glad to hear it, brother. I'm glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. Y'all got to get out. Get out. Fresh air, all the things. It's good for the soul.
To the point where I kept telling him, like, yo, I got so fed up. I was literally telling him, like, go hang out with boys. You have friends out here. Like, get out the house. You don't got to stay with me 24/7. Like, I don't know. I just got frustrated. It's just, yeah, I am too young. I just got frustrated of carrying the weights. Yeah, I couldn't do nothing. Like, he didn't let me do nothing. Like, oh my gosh, it was so bad. But anyways, like I said, I'm not gonna speak on his situation.
This the nigga she was cooking all that shit for. I ain't gonna lie, that's W. That's still a W. I ain't gonna count.
She was. I ain't gonna lie. And I'm cute the buck, nigga. She cooked good as fuck too. I ain't gonna lie. She cooked good as a.
Just for sure.
Yeah, no, it wasn't like the food and nothing like that. It was just her as a person, gang. Like, she was such a cool, like, good person. Like, I don't know, she was so easy to love. Like, I don't know, I just fell in love with the person that she was. I don't know.
And just like that, Cooking with Kaya got a lot of backlash. And what was the best?
I think Kaya can come back, Zero. I think Kaya can come back. She had a crazy following when she had a run. She had a crazy following. I think she'll come back eventually. I think she probably just taking a break because I ain't seen her stream in a minute. Because she was like breaking down with the comment section, like, you know what I'm saying? She was trying to battle with the internet. You can't battle with the internet, bro. Like, if you try to, they gonna break you down, bro. They just gonna break you down.
Decision to do, cry on stream.
I'm just irritated. Like, my name just gets slandered so much. And I really
This is the last time I seen Kaya. I haven't seen her since this stream where she was, you know what I'm saying, crying and stuff.
Like, I literally don't be doing nothing. It's just always something. When it comes to my name, it's just always something. Like, it's so rare that I see positive stuff about me. And I literally don't do nothing. Like, nothing. Like, nothing could get worse than that. So it's just like all the hate and everything, like, nothing affects me no more. Like, it's like I have no feelings no more. All right, y'all, I'm finna just end for a little bit. I'll probably be back later.
Get your ass in that kitchen and make some content. If you're gonna be sexy in the kitchen.
The incident highlighted the trap Kaya is in, or was in. She's celebrated for her appeal and boldness, yet also condemned for it, even by her own boyfriend, well, now ex. And what's wild, Kaya swears she's not doing any of this for male attention, like she's just innocently cooking. But then in the same breath, she'll accidentally have 2 nip slips in the same week during the Streamer University thing. One of them, she straight up played it off like it was nothing, still half exposed on stream like it didn't just happen. I'm not gonna show it on stream. It's somewhere on the internet. Y'all can find it. Y'all can't make this shit up, but it is what it is. She'll say she's not trying to be provocative, then pull stunts like that on camera. Not one, not twice. It happened several times. Either she's the unluckiest streamer alive, or she knows exactly what she's doing.
Why did you leak yourself? I didn't leak myself. I was lifting up my shirt to wipe something, and some side boob came out. That's not a leak. As long as no nipple came out, I don't even care. Y'all acting like y'all never seen the side boob. It's not that serious.
But hey, if anything, all this drama has only boosted her profile. Her follower counts keep climbing, and people can't stop talking about her. She's walking that fine line where hate and fame intersect, and it's working for her. She's one example. Zoe Spencer. Next, Zoe Spencer, a streamer so polarizing and aggressive.
Friend of the channel.
He went from hanging out with Kai Cenat's crew to becoming a lightning rod for criticism practically overnight. What does she have to do with all this overly Twitch thing that's been developing? Trust me, we'll get into that. Zoe is known for really just biting niggas and being overly masculine. Some people like it, some people don't. Which brings me to, on one stream, she even bit Kai Cenat's arm as a joke. And from that point, they weren't really cool anymore. Then when Kai launched Streamer University and didn't include Zoe, she hit her breaking point. Feeling snubbed, Zoe went live in tears, saying she felt that she was left out because they all hated her. Yes, they did.
It's not about not getting in. And I hope that people don't think I'm some pussy, like, oh, this mad because she didn't get in, and it's not that. It feels so like it's where it's when it feels personal, you know, like it's when you want to hurt somebody or you just try. Like it's different when it's like, you know, it's like handpicked and it's just so spiteful. That's how I feel. When I saw Zeddy up there, and Zeddy's not a streamer, Zeddy streams with me, and then he just, you know, he streams with people when they call him. That's when I knew, like, damn, I don't know what I did, y'all. Maybe I just don't deserve to be there. So to get my name blocked.
Yeah, SSB. It was. She didn't tell me this. Let me put that out. I think, based off the timeline that she gave, Kai cut her off. My theory, this is not truth. I think once Kai went public with his girl, Gigi, that's when the communication started getting funny between him and Zoe. According to Zoe, according to that timeline, she stopped texting back timely. He only texted her for her birthday, and that was it. And then he stopped texting her after that. I think, me personally, I think his girl might have just told him to stop talking to him. That's my theory. I can't confirm it. I haven't talked to anybody about it. I haven't talked to Zoe. I haven't talked to Kai's people about it. So I do not know. That is just my theory. But I think that's what happened. Be a woman, stop chasing after clout, after these dudes for clout. So here's the thing, though, Zero. Here's the thing. Kind of the point of this video, too. Twitch and streaming started off as a male-dominated thing because it was really like, you know, streaming people playing video games. And yes, women play video games, and there's plenty of female gaming streamers and things of that sort. Shouts out to River, who streams 2K and things of that sort on YouTube and everything like that. But it's like, it just wasn't that many of them. When they switched over to IRL content and reality TV, what you're seeing right now, it's a lot of female streamers in, but they're kind of, since they have to go in the angle of like, okay, we have to get this, you know what I'm saying, this we have to get this male audience. Because of that, the way that they get the male audience is appealing to the male gaze. The way appealing to the male gaze is like playing as someone's love interest or doing this, all these things. But in turn, it's like darn near selling your soul. That's what the whole purpose of this 20-minute video is saying. So yeah. Zoe's a beautiful woman. She needs to just stop following and be the leader of the woman. I agree, Zero. I feel like Kai has kind of given her that platform on Twitch in the streaming world. She already had it with TikTok, but now she has it on Twitch, and he kind of gave you that first boost. Now, okay, Kai not fooling with me no more. It's now up to her to continue to use that and push it and go as far, which I feel like she's been doing a good job of in the past couple months and things of that sort. I used to be on Twitch back in the GameCube days. Shout out to GameCube. Shout out to Nintendo Wii. I know that you can go on Twitch with Xbox One. Shout out to Xbox One.
In the chat, niggas can't even say my name. Like, what did I don't know? I know sometimes I could be slick, right? Sometimes. Or some shit could go misconstrued or whatever, but I don't harshly say things like to hurt somebody. You know what I mean? Like I don't do shit like that. Like, so appreciative of anything. I always thank people, and I always been so appreciative of everything. Literally, very appreciative person. I don't understand why people just love to see when people are just down. They rather keep and rather keep, because it doesn't make any sense. It's not fair.
The internet's response, not sympathy, instead a pile on. Meme spread of Zoe crying. The most brutal take came from streamer Soluminati, who eviscerated Zoe in a viral rant.
So you didn't make it, and now you throwing a nigga named Zeddy under the bus because he's not a streamer? Maybe they see the potential in him. Like, no hate towards whoever this girl is. No way you got your ass on and cried because you didn't make a university, bro. You a grown-ass woman. Like, this is a grown woman. And I seen what you be doing. That masculine, you the type of, bro, that masculine ass shit you be doing, you the type of bitch that'll bite a nigga dick while you sucking it. Like, we can't trust you. I wouldn't put you on at all. Cut that masculine shit out and maybe you might get more opportunities. Nobody want to be around a masculine ass girl, even if it's fake. My baby, simple. Simple. Girl, whoever you are, your name Zoe Spencer. Maybe you should just focus on becoming a better creator, because the masculine shit that you're doing, no nigga want to be around that. And I wouldn't even bring you around nobody. After a while, you would just become annoying. Seriously. And that's probably what Kai see. Maybe you just an annoying ass female. It ain't even got to be nothing deeper. You don't have to come, I don't know why. Just take a look back at your track record and look at what you was doing. You trying to emasculate niggas? With that personality you have, you.
Zoe clap back.
Who's Soluminati? Who is the Soluminati? Who's the Soluminati? Who's the Soluminati? Yeah, Soluminati, suck my dick, because you're a grown-ass man talking about a grown-ass bitch, right? How about you get a life, you owe? Suck my dick. You're my I don't give a fuck. Are you going, you gay ass nigga? Suck my dick. I don't give a no, some fucking black nigga named Soluminati. Name is stupid as fuck. He's gonna talking about me and talking shit. If you ain't got nothing to say, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, hey, Soluminati, do you have anybody saying hi to you? You hating ass. How about that? Fucked up the wrong. Now I'm not gonna stop. Stream. I will call you a bitch ass nigga. I don't even know you until now. I don't even know who the fuck you were. Hi, how you feeling, my heart? I don't even know who the fuck you were until now. You boring bitch. You're mad because you're a boring bitch. I'm crashing out on fucking stupid ass. You have a dumb ass username. Your name is, hold on, Mike. Your name is dumb, and you're a pussy, and you're a bitch. Fuck lame. You look fucking lame. You're lame.
My favorite part of this was Mike trying to save her. But he'd be like, no, don't. This is not the guy to do it with. Shouts out to Rage. He had a legendary reaction to this as well.
Oh my god, you're fucking.
You better soon, Rage. Friend of the channel, Rage.
Nigga, are you dumb? You have a USA outfit on. Fucking July 4th ass. Hold on. Like, are you kidding me right now? I can't believe I'm even giving you the time. Fuck. You have 2019 videos up here. You trying to show that you pulled numbers before. Show me from 2019. Show now. 2020 was the last post. You're a bum. You're a bum, and you have on a weak ass outfit. And you a broke ass hoe. He's a broke ass. Y'all, your dog.
Now actually,
Money,
huh?
you say goodbye to your dog, nigga. Because you're talking about my time has come, nigga. You think you're God? You think you God? Oh, you think that you're God. That's what's going on. Say goodbye to your dog.
Real shit.
Max, tell that nigga to say goodbye to his dog. First of all, he's bigger than me. He's not bigger than the program. Who gives a I can say what I want. He said something first. He said, no disrespect to this girl, but why the is you crying on there? How you say no disrespect to me and they call me a I'm confused. It's okay to just disrespect. I'm gonna go wash my solid money. Go wash your
The dark life of a female streamer.
She ain't know who Soul was. She ain't know who Soul Illuminati was. So when she seen it, she just seen a viral clip talking about her opening up about very vulnerable moments of the internet. I think what she did on the internet when she first reacted to Kai ignoring her and stuff like that, I felt like it was necessary for her to just get it out, and then that's bound to happen. Like, if you post consistently, if it like I go live every single day, if I'm bound to say some, like I say some stuff. I remember I said something about a friend. I didn't say no names or anything like that. And then my friend seen the video and they text me like, dang, you had to throw out my business like that, Rashad. And I'm like, it's just, if I go live every single day, you're bound to, you know what I'm saying, open up some stuff about your personal life and everything like that. So it's like, I think that's what Zoe did originally. She did that. She shared how she felt. She was vulnerable with the internet. Then Soul just reacted to what she said. Now, I think her whole mistake was her first reaction was to crash out. She shouldn't have done that. She should have at least found out who the dude was before she did it. Because then when she went to crash out, you crash out against a troll, Soul Illuminati, professional legendary troll. Like, he just going to troll you. And now Zoe was in a place where she probably came down off her emotions, but at that point, her ego kind of pushed her too far out in front that she had to keep going. And that's where she was right there when she was like, you think you're God? And you saw that part right there. But since then, Zoe's calmed down. From when I seen her, which was just a couple weeks ago, she's really like just mellowed out and, you know, excited about this next chapter in her career. She's moved on. So salute. That poor guy, he was so shocked she came in and interrupted his live stream. Oh, no. That was Zoe's live stream. That was our house. That was our house. He was just like the cameraman, like part of the production team and stuff like that. Zero said, you weren't wrong. She should have stopped.
Next up, India Love. India Love, she's a different case. A veteran of this internet game, a walking time capsule of when Instagram fame was all about looks, mystery, and who you were dating. If you're in your 20s or late 20s, you probably remember India Love from way back when y'all was in like school, high school, scrolling IG, and she was the girl. Tumblr as well. She wasn't on Twitch back then, obviously. She didn't stream. She barely talked. That was her brand, was being fine and mysterious. That's it. But she didn't just fade away. She pivoted. And now she's on Twitch pulling 500K followers with barely any efforts. Why? Because when Kai Cenat launched Streamer University, he brought her in as a professor for love and relationships, whatever. When she popped up at Kai's Streamer University, half the chat asked, who is she and why is she here? India has been linked to several prominent figures in the industry. Drake, Soulja Boy, The Game. See, the reason I'm even talking about India Love is because of what she represents.
That was definitely for content, Dan.
Her, but what her presence on Twitch says about where this whole streaming shit is headed. Let's be honest. India didn't blow up on Twitch because she's some crazy entertaining streamer. She showed up through the DDG, Duke, Dennis, Kai Cenat pipeline.
Hey, hold on. Since we were talking about this, I'm gonna just pull this up real quick. W self promo. I had the volume off.
You can't fight the world, so it's just like you can't really care. You know what I mean? So, criticism is kind of it's something.
Can I say something about you?
Yeah.
I think, you recently had some criticism on the internet, and I think like how you handled this is why you're here. I literally told Danielle, I was like, we have to book her because I think like you're young, you're trying to figure like on the internet is a nasty place. Those stands are crazy, and especially Twitch. But I think how you just addressed it, how you went on your Twitch and you was like, look guys, I'm me, I'm here, like I'm just trying to do the best that I can. I was like, she's gonna go far. And right after that, you were at the BET Awards, you were here, like the way you handled that was so gracious, and I really commend you, and I think that you're doing a great job.
In the middle of all of that, to be honest, I was like,
kind of crashing out. Like I was a little scared. I'm like, oh my God, is my reputation? Like, am I done? I was like, am I done? God, am I done? Yeah. But I wasn't done, y'all.
So there it was right there. She thought she was done. She admitted she crashed out on the internet. I just wanted to pull that up because I think she was very self-aware of how she looked after the fact. And I don't know. I think she appreciates the fact that she got another chance at a career after that.
And all she really had to do was exist. That's it. Shake some BBL ass, vibe with some men, and parasocial her way to half a
I agree with that, Zero.
million followers within a week. With DDG, it was that
But
place.
it's natural. If, like I said, it's natural if you are on the internet for a living. Like it's just it's going to happen at some point, whether you intended to or not. Like it's just going to leak out.
Full flirty.
You got to. I'm sorry for still pausing. Like for Twitch streamers, they do 4-hour intervals. Like most of them, like so a Twitch stream is 4 hours for them. If you do 4 hours every single day or 5 times a week, like a regular job, like a full-time job, you're doing a part-time gig, 4 hours a day, you're bound to say something, dog. Like you're bound to break the fourth wall between the character you and the real you, and just let some stuff leak out every now and again. And if that stuff goes viral, the people gonna run with it. So I got where Zoe was coming from with that.
Duke Dennis, same vibe. Add in a Kaisenet shout out and a Drake cameo. Now you've got a woman who's being turned into a character in a whole unscripted drama. It's like reality TV 2.0, love and hip hop cinematic universe, if you will. It's raw, it's live, and parasocial to the max. Viewers don't just watch anymore, they invest, they pick sides, they ship Duke in India, they make theories, they hate watch, they spam chat when she breathes next to another dude. India Love isn't a streamer, she's a storyline, but everybody's glued to, and that's where it gets crazy. Because this is a new blueprint for female streamers. Be hot, get to some big name male creators, and let the chat do the rest. Your body, your looks, your vibe, that becomes your content, not your personality. Just how you move around men and hopefully get an audience for yourself. Now, I'm not complaining, I'm just pointing it out. We need tutors on social media, okay? Just a healthy balance. And I'm not saying India's one either, okay? She is. I'm talking about the future, where I think it's gonna get real crazy. Honestly though, it's entertaining. It's messy, but it works. Platforms like Twitch were never made for that kind of content, but that audience is clearly down for it. People act shocked, but the views don't lie. So whether you love it, hate it, or just side-eye it like me, we might have to accept the truth. Twitch is no longer just a gaming site. It's turning into a new age reality TV for a generation raised on clips and controversy. India is not the first. Girls like Amaranth walk so the new wave could run, but India might be the most mainstream example of where it's all going. Twitch is becoming one giant e-dating show or relationship show. And for streamers like her, that means blowing up is easier than ever. Shout out Wendy. That same shift has made the platform more dangerous, especially for women. IRL streaming is booming like never before, but with its rise comes an uncomfortable truth. The line between viewer and stalker is thinner than ever. And while some of these women play into the parasocial game, flirtation, wifey jokes, dressing for the camera, propping they shit up a little bit, they also end up paying the price for it. It's not their fault. Kinda is, kinda not. Sin is one of them, whether she admits it or not. She's fed into the same system that thrives off that intention.
It's weird if I say that I wanted to be the throat goat, but
that's so.
Why would you say that?
Men are some of the most entitled, dangerous creatures walking in this earth. And in IRL streaming, where there's no pause button, that danger can get crazy. Example, on March 2nd, 2025, popular Twitch streamers, forgive me if I say their name wrong, Valkyrie, Amaru, and Senna did an IRL Sisathon marathon stream when a random dude approached them for a selfie. The man introduced himself as Russell and asked for photos. The woman tried to get him away. He asked for Amaru's phone number, and when he didn't get it, he decided that he's gonna keep following them.
For her number?
Oh,
If you like it, can I get your number?
I don't have a phone.
I don't have a phone. It's crazy.
Put your number in mine.
I don't have a phone is a crazy way to get rejected, bro. Like just walk home. Like even if you drove there, walk home at that point. Give yourself a chance to I don't have a phone is insane. To a streamer, she gotta look at her phone just to look at the chat.
Maybe we should just go.
Oh, yeah, maybe we should. Yeah.
He's getting a little closer. That's oh.
Ready? Let's go.
I think we're just gonna go.
Let's go. Oh no, we're not. Hey, excuse me.
No.
Security.
Emily, no.
Hey,
Stop.
Whoa.
What?
Right.
Get away from
now.
Security.
What's going on? I think Shimmer University was a success because it birthed a lot of like just more successful creators. Must have been cold that night or something. They're wearing hoodies. No, they're trying to hide from the stalker dude, and then like other potential fans for seeing them because they're streaming IRL. But I feel like if you're 3 women streaming IRL, you need a man. You know what I'm saying? Like you need a security guard or something, or else y'all shouldn't be really streaming IRL. Streaming IRL is like the most dangerous thing. Like I've never gone live in my life, bro, before. Like I think I did it on a couple company accounts, like, you know what I'm saying, covering local parades and stuff like that. But I've never gone like Instagram live or anything like that. So doing this is kind of crazy thinking about it. But yeah, IRL streaming, the thought of it terrifies me, dog. I'm not even gonna lie to you, especially like as a famous person. Terrifies me. But that's why they have security everywhere they go. That depends on how you look at it. Oh, about Streamer University. I think Streamer University was successful in the fact that it gave people new ideas and introduced a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, to a whole new batch of creators. So a lot of more people were able to feed their families and make more money and make streaming their full time. Like Kaiwas. That's one of, you know, she went viral over at Streamer University because a girl called her ugly. And she was crying about it and she was going to leave early. And then after that, she became like a full-time content creator now. So that's what she does. She's a full-time content creator now and pretty much it changed her life. Shout out to Kaiwas. Y'all make sure y'all check her out. She goes live every day. She double streams on Twitch and YouTube and stuff like that. And she has like, I think 40,000 followers on Twitch. Yeah. Canel Joseph is crazy, by the way. Side note. But he's like that. She's got 80,000. She's got 81,000 followers on Twitch. So she's a full-time, you know what I'm saying, creator now and stuff like that because of Streamer University. So I think in that aspect, Streamer University was a success. I think when you're talking about just like the how do you say it? The promotion of this, Big Nate was handing the promotion of this type of content, like the girl and the boy flirtatious and IRL and, you know, all of that type of stuff. I think the encouragement of that makes it dangerous. I mean, not dangerous, but it dilutes it because people see that it works and then they kind of like overdo it, bro. They overdo it. If Dean Wade news breaks, are we going to go live when that happens? I'm not going to lie to you, Dan. I'm not doing that. I'm not going live for a Dean Wade trade, bro. Not in the middle of the day. Respectfully. Shouts out to D Wade, everything like that in his basketball career. I'm not going live for that, bro. No, I'm not doing that. If it was LeBron got traded, I'm walking away from work. I'm grabbing my phone. I'm going, yo, LeBron just got traded. Yo. I ain't doing that for no dang Dean Wade, bro. It's got to be, we got to have standards at some point. You know what I mean? Kenel Joseph is crazy. Yeah, for sure. All right, bet. All right, let's get back into it.
Right now. You right now.
Security, please. Security.
Afterwards, the streamers confirmed that they were safe but shaken. Obviously, now this could have easily been a live.
Oh, my bad. I was like, what is this I'm hearing? Let me close this out. All right, hold on. I'm gonna go back to this. I had Kaiwa's page pulled up. She was talking. All right, bet.
Situation, if this dude decides to take it there, it's easy to pinpoint fingers at female streamers, say they're baiting, they're playing the game, they're leaning into it. And yeah, some of them absolutely are. But if we're being honest, this is what Twitch has become across the board. Giant machine that thrives off of parasocial baits. It doesn't matter if it's a girl showing her nipples accidentally on purpose or a dude faking a relationship for the sake of viewers. The game is the same. Sell a fantasy, keep people watching. This whole thing has gone way past content. We're in a full-on parasocial economy. ironic. Streamers are characters, viewers are obsessed. If you're a woman, not even a woman, man who just wants to be chill, play video games, and vibe, good luck. You're buried under a pile of streamers cooking in thongs and high-budget streams.
Agreed,
Now we're stuck in this loop. Women feel like
But you gotta, if you never grew up with like, oh snap, like folks could just find me and rob me, or like I know people are not nice. Like I think I'm old enough, and then also like I came, you know what I'm saying, from a city, so I kind of understand a lot of that stuff of just like this isn't smart, this isn't sweet. Shout out to Milo's Sweet Tea. Shout out to Milo's, bro. Do I think this type of content is sustainable in the long term? No. It's a fad like everything else. I don't know if it was you, SSB, or if it was Zero. We were talking about content of like, you guys were like, what do you think is going to be the next thing after streaming? You know, like how it's like YouTube and YouTube pranks, and then it went into vlogs, and then it went from vlogs into now streaming. What I think is going to be next. I don't know what's going to be next. But in terms of this IRL dating content, no. Because, I mean, the biggest thing in the world or online was like Kevin Samuels and Red Pill a couple years ago. So it's gonna it's as Zero said, it's always me or SSB. But yeah, it is that, like you guys said, fell off the face of the earth. So I mean, yeah. IRL streaming is all about negativity and highlighting the stereotypes to create content. It's always me or SSB. Oh yeah, which we acknowledge.
they have to push the line just to be seen. Viewers reward that behavior, then turn around and trash them for it. In Twitch, they just count the clicks and keep it pushing. Twitch is reality TV now, just with bits and subs instead of cable subscriptions.
All right, so there's that. W video. Officially Ronnie. Okay, and the last thing, I'm reacting to my boy Holla on his take on Corey Kenshin.
As somebody who dated a manipulator before, this right here is manipulation.
Hold on, let me see. Rashad, if you go live when LeBron gets traded, the whole stream is going to be loaded with people in there. Yeah, the most people I had was like, I had like 30 when it was probably over 30. It's probably like 35, something like that, close to 40. When Caitlin Clark, not Caitlin Clark, Christy Sides, the old coach of the Indiana Fever, I think she was fired. She was either fired or she resigned. I think she was fired though in the offseason. And I went live, and it was in the middle of the day during work. I kind of like just stepped aside and did it then. Yeah. So definitely, if something like that happens, a lot of this stuff with live numbers is really just the time of the day you do it. Like right now it's 1:30 a.m. You know what I'm saying? So like, but if you do it in the middle of the day, people was gonna be watching for sure. She was fired at bringing size 2.0. It's hilarious. Rashad, if you go live on LeBron, the better. Yeah. All right. Back to Holla.
Let's talk about the Corey stuff, man. Now, when this news
W intro, Holla.
I was actually like at a Love Island. What is it called?
Watch party.
A Love Island
Watch party.
Like season finale watch party. That's where I was.
There you go.
Okay. So when the Corey stuff hit, that's where I was. I looked on my phone. They're like, "Yo, I know people seen the Corey allegations, blah blah blah," and I'm like, "Nah, Corey got allegations, bro. This is nuts." All right. So I look over to my friend. He does YouTube, but he don't watch YouTubers like I watch YouTubers. So I told him, I'm like, bro, they said Corey got allegations. This is crazy. So, to my surprise, he knew who Corey was. He was like, nah, bro, bro, do you believe it? I'm like, to be honest, I don't know. I got to see what is going on with this. And then the video started hitting. First red flag I seen. Now, I'm not going to say, yeah, I'm going to say it's a red flag. The first red flag I seen is making the video.
Yeah, Marcus Smart on the Lakers. I feel like he's been a non-factor, bro, ever since he left Boston. But we'll see. Maybe that's you don't know ball, casual, Rashad. Maybe that is. I ain't heard of anything Marcus Smart ever since he left Boston, bro. Like I think he's just been hurt a lot, if I'm not mistaken, with Memphis. Like he's barely been the thing. Hold on, let me look this up. We have the internet here instead of me just saying that and moving on. All right, here we go. Marcus Smart. He's in Washington. Let me go to Pro Reference. Last year, he played 34 games, so I was right. He hasn't done much since he's left Boston. He's with Memphis, played 20 games before getting traded to Washington. No. This whole different year. He went to Memphis, 20 games, and then the next year, Memphis, he played 34 games before getting traded to Washington. No, he played 34 games in total. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm cooked. 19 games in Memphis before playing 15. Like he just hasn't done anything. He hasn't done anything since Boston. I don't know why everybody's hyping Marcus Smart up, bro. It's not 2023, bro.
What would it say? Something avocado. And then it does the slow motion. Apparently, that's like a trend on TikTok. That's when I was like, "What? Who edits a video?"
Oh, damn, my camera.
To drum up and go on to a trend. Sometimes I see the people, they'll be like, what do they say? They'll follow a trend, like a trend sound, but they'll put like the words on there. That's one thing. Like, but to do that trend was kind of weird. So then like let me see if I could pull up the messages. Because I think they took the TikTok down. But somebody gotta have them.
But maybe it's not even, you know what I'm saying? Maybe it's not even that big of a deal, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe it's just Marcus Smart is, how old is Marcus Smart now? Maybe it's just Marcus Smart is 31. That's still young. That's still young in the league. I ain't gonna lie to you. But maybe he's just done, bro. Maybe he's just done. I mean, to waive 2 players and make room for Marcus Smart, like it's the game changer. It's not. The Lakers been making moves out of desperation to fulfill Luka's little satisfactions wherever the day since Luka got in. To show, hey, we all in on you, Luka. You the future, man. Luka, I know Luka was hot because Luka got traded from a worse situation than Dallas. Dallas lower expectations and a better roster. Now you go to a bigger place with more people focusing on you, everything like that, with the worst roster, a weaker roster.
Messages. Type it in on YouTube. See if we can find somebody who got it.
Yeah, these are his prime year 0.
She was talking like Corey was on some bacon avocado. That's what it is. So they were saying like bacon avocado. Yo, Corey did X, Y, and Z to me. And one thing I wish people would do are, yes, there are people who are abusive in this world, 100%. There are abusive people, but there's also people who will use people believing that people are abusers. They will use that to manipulate situations to an outcome that they would prefer. Like hitting, right? If you got a son and a daughter, not even, you can have 2 boys. My siblings did this because I was older than one of them. They would say situations happened a certain way for better treatment of them because they were smaller. You said the Xbox messages were fake because the account was made the same day. I think the account thing, I think that was they pulled up the Discord was made the same day. The Xbox account was real, I think. I don't know what was real or fake. But even if you look at what was said, the thing about relationships is when you talk to people, especially through text message, and this is why I think people need to go to real therapy and not look up therapy terms and then go on the internet and try to diagnose people because you're not a professional. There are people who have master's degrees, went to school 8 years, 6 years to get these degrees and learn about these words: narcissist, manipulator,
gaslighting,
verbal abuse. These are words
Yo,
that have
Holla,
like
you
certain
have to
meanings.
stop saying that.
Verbal
Or you
abuse
can't be
is
saying
not
that
like
on YouTube.
Or abuse is like a pattern. Like verbal abuse is
Right,
like a
you have to
pattern.
stop saying that
If
word.
I turn to somebody
just be
random on
saying
the
that on
street
YouTube.
that's like talking too loud and I say, yo, shut up. That's not verbal abuse. Now, if I follow them around all day and I say, yo, shut up, shut every time now I'm verbally abusing them.
Okay, bro.
And I think
All right,
a lot of
GG's
people,
on
they
this
take
video.
words that they
Goodness
hear.
gracious.
Narcissist is the big one of the 2020s. People are taking that word and they think anybody who does things in relative to how they feel personally, like if they dictate a situation
in the background,
to
the camera
have
quality
them have
is
the best
so
outcome,
good. That's what I keep looking at. I'm like,
and that
camera
person
quality.
disagrees with that, they
Well,
will
realer
label
than
them a
real life.
narcissist.
I'm sorry,
But
I'm
that
taking over you, Holla.
isn't necessarily the definition of a narcissist, right? So the first thing I seen was the video. And the thing that shocked me most about the video, she's laughing. I don't know if people don't know like social cues, but clearly he's joking. He's making a joke. And for all if you're not a Corey fan and you say, yo, that's something you should never joke about, blah, 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 I would get it. But if you are a Corey fan and then you watch that clip, Corey has made clips like that or made jokes like that in gameplays that he had. That's what made it so weird to me that like people couldn't fathom it being a joke. I think there was like Resident Evil when Shorty had the Resident Evil 7 Corey gameplay when Shorty was climbing out the she turned into the monster and climbed out the window. I think Corey like made a joke there about like a semi-sexual joke. I think in Scrutinized, was it Scrutinized? It was or maybe 12 hours. One of them gameplay, he made like kind of the same joke where it's a play on like it's a joke. So if you didn't accept those jokes, then you would have never supported like Corey in the first place.
Zero, so I think your narcissistic standpoint on this is blinding your prejudiced views on the way that you suppress women and the way that you don't believe of the International National Association of the Basketball Association.
I thought people were overblowing that, but there is the thing where people say like, yo, XYZ happened to me, this person did it. Then people take that microscope and they
the narcissistic without the express written consent of the National Basketball Association
put it up to the person and they're like, I'm looking through everything through this lens. I'm looking. So when the girl came out, what I feel like happened was everybody started to view the things Corey did through the scope of she said he's an abuser instead of looking at it through the scope of let me find out what happened. Right. So I'm trying to think. It's so hard to
very misogynistic
without the actual messages for me to tell y'all.
Displays of
hold up. Maybe I could go on. I know I can go on Twitter and find them. Let me see if I can find them on Twitter.
It's not clocking to you that I'm standing
Corey messages. All right. So like this chat. This backpedal, I think this was later on. So let's go.
I want to also say this. The only thing that I have a problem with the Corey thing that I thought was crazy was like when she reached out to him and she was like, yo, I got cancer. And then he was like, what did he say? He said something like, yo, this is the craziest cancer announcement rollout I've ever heard. Or I was like, that was insane, bro. That was wild. That was insensitive. Like you knew she was a sensitive girl, and you say that when she like going through chemo. Like that's the only thing I had a problem with, to be honest. Everything else, like people just said, was like him being a bad boyfriend. I can't remember the video, like specifically all the notes because there was a lot of notes, but that was the one thing that I do remember. And I was like, yeah, he ain't fighting them bad person type of things, you know.
Let's go here. Okay. I don't. I think this was one of the messages that blew up, right? So she says, okay, so what's up? So apparently there was some talking that happened before that. He asked, are you still seeing someone? That's a perfectly fine thing to ask. Why do you ask? She said, because I'm trying to F your life up some more. Now, being that she said I was abused, people are reading this like he's saying, yo, he wants to come back and destroy her life, which if somebody was actually an abuser, that might be how they talk, right? But that is not the only way this statement could be taken. Somebody
boy,
said,
people will defend their friends, boy. And this is me saying I rock with Holla. Like Holla, someone without Holla, this won't even exist. The live streams every night without Holla and Keita Love Sports. Holla the first one to even open the idea to me. Then I seen Keita doing the exact thing in the women's basketball space. I reach out to Keita, she give me the whole sauce for the rest of it. Like, so I'll rock with Holla, but goodness gracious, people will rock. They will, man, for someone they rock with. Man, come on now.
Says this. Imagine you have a bad breakup with somebody, right? Or a bad falling out with somebody. They take one thing one way, you take it a different way. They're like, oh my God, I can't believe you destroyed my life, blah, 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 right? But then later on, y'all reconcile and it's like, yo, you know what you did wasn't that bad.
Oh, you wasn't really you weren't here that night, Dan? Yeah, Dan, it was a whole situation, bro. It was a whole situation, dog.
Young, somebody might make a joke that if we're going to talk again, oh, you want to talk again because I'm gonna destroy your life again. It's like it's a joke that pertains to things that may have happened in the past. That doesn't make that person abusive. It doesn't mean that person wanted to actually destroy that person's life. It's a joke referencing how they felt shortly after the falling out happened. I'm pretty sure there's people in your life where you were extremely mad at them. You would have said they ruined your life. 6 months go by, you think about it, you're like, yo, it wasn't really that big of a deal.
Shit.
Y'all come back, y'all talk about it.
Also, I gotta say this. This is 35 minutes. All right. We'll see if we get through it. But like, I wanted to say this about it. With me, bro, if I'm cool with you, if I rock with you, if I'm a fan of yours, I did the whole DDG Holly situation, and I called out DDG on the way he was moving flawed throughout the whole situation. You know what I mean? And he's still going through it legally. And you can look up those videos and things like that. So I've interviewed DDG, I want to say 3 times, but it was just 2 times. It was just 2 times. And I've been a fan of his since like 2017, actually. 2017. So it's just like, if I could have that type of allegiance to somebody, and when, you know what I'm saying, they do some mess up stuff, if I could call them out publicly on it, it is what it is, bro. Like, that's also a reason I be losing friends. That's the reason why I be burning bridges, because I call a spade a spade. If you tweaking and I rock with you, I'm still gonna say you tweaking. Because look, how am I gonna be on the internet or or in the media, whatever the case might be, right? Someone mess up, we talk about them messing up, and then the second is someone I rock with, they mess up, then I don't say nothing. What that look like? Come on, man. Like, what that look like, bro? It's zero. Exactly. People don't like being held accountable. That's why I be burning bridges, bro. It's like, if I'm gonna call out so-and-so that I don't know and I don't rock with, and it's easy to talk about them, I need to be able to, A, if I see them in person, say it to their face. And then B, if I'm gonna say this about someone I don't know, the same situation I need to be said about someone I don't know. I do know. Going to music, right? Music with hip hop in particular. People were talking about the Clips album before it came out. Now, don't y'all be talking about the Clips album sales numbers. This ain't something that's gonna be about the album sales numbers. It's just about pure hip hop and things of that sort. Talent shouldn't be marked on the numbers and first week sale numbers, right? That's what everybody was saying. Everybody on the Clip side was saying. And don't get it twisted. I'm on the real hip hop, real rapidy rap. I'm on that side. Yeah. Real hip hop is back. I'm on the Clip side, right? Kendrick, everybody like that, right? Okay, so that goes on before the album comes out. The album comes out. Travis Scott announces a surprise album that comes out that Sunday. Okay, the Sunday and everything like that. Travis album come out, it do crazy numbers, but Clips also does 120. People like, yeah, Clips does 120 real rap. Hold on. Didn't we? I thought we was all on the same page here. I thought we said numbers don't matter in hip hop. The talent and the music and the so matters, not the numbers. The numbers is irrelevant. Okay, numbers is cool. It's cool you got over 100,000 first week, but that ain't everything. But now since the numbers came back good and the numbers ain't come back to 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, 50,000, or well, 50,000, anything above 30,000 in my opinion is good these days. But yeah. But the fact that they went out well, everybody want to say, oh yeah, this is a win for the Clips in hip hop. No, stand on what you said. You said the numbers was bad, so you got to stand on that. Whether or not you like the Clips or not, that's what makes all the arguments irrelevant. If it's someone you like, someone you rock with or not, if the situation is wrong, the situation is wrong. Like Zero said. Regardless of how you feel about Holla and everything like that, just in terms of DDG, if you feel like bro could have handled the situation better, and if it would have been someone like who's someone that people can't stand or something like that, if it was Tekashi 6ix9ine, right, and he moved the exact same way in a similar case, man, you be on Tekashi, man, Tekashi, and he a snitch, and he a rat, it's the same thing, bro. Like you just have to like keep the same energy. That's all I'm asking, bro. If it's someone you rock with, keep the same energy. But I will say this: Holla is someone who be on the unpopular opinion side a lot, and that's one of the reasons why he's so successful.
They may joke about
because he go against their grain, dog.
Yo, you remember you used to hate me? That's literally how this could be taken.
Teriyaki.
But people automatically jump to one way of taking it that way. This is why you really have to just let things play out and get more information before you make assumptions. He said, what? That was a joke. Geez, I was just asking. Now, this is the part that really I didn't get, okay? She said, never heard you cuss before. That's why I'm thrown off. Now, if Corey was actually an abuser, if somebody was actually an abuser, listen to what she said threw her off. Not the fact that he wants to come destroy your life again. Clearly, she knew it was a joke too. It was the fact that she said, never heard you cuss before. That's why it threw me off. If you read the message, you'll see what her actual concern was about. But obviously, people jumped one way. And if you don't have a lot of life experience dealing with both sides of what could happen in this situation, I will understand why you jumped to that. And that's fine. Dr. 22 was good. People are saying the account was made the same day, so it isn't Corey. Even if it was, okay? Let's go to this one. I'm glad I'm the same. I don't F anymore. Double bummer. I've never seen this message. The difference between you and I, though, is that I don't do it with just anyone because I was abused. Okay, I did see this message. I'm not saying that for you to feel bad or whatever, but for you to understand. He said, I know you told me that. I didn't know I got lumped into that category with that person that did that. And this is another thing. Like if something's never happened to you before, let's take the abuse part and let's change it to cheating, right? Let's change it to cheating.
Zero, I do want to speak about this. It's not true. It's not true. It's not true. Respectfully, it's not true. It's so much hip hop that is uplifting and positive and things of that sort. You know what I mean? All of those things, right? Like it just is what it is. Like it's a lot of good rap out there right now. A lot of meaningful rap, a lot of purposeful rap. Shouts out to if you're just speaking about on a mainstream level and what's accepted on the mainstream, 100%. But like you and I both know the real hip hop, the real rap, everything like that has always lived in the underground. And the underground is so much positive stuff out there, bro.
Let's take
shout out to Free Soul. It's a bunch of folks out there really
having sex, and let's change it
D1 as we always shout out here.
To going to the club, right? Now let's read this. People are like, yo,
I agree. We on the same page.
Why would somebody not think you get put in that same category? I'm glad I'm the same. I don't go to the club anymore. The difference between me and you is that before, when somebody went to the club, I got cheated on. I'm not saying that for you to feel bad or whatever, but for you to understand why I didn't like you going to the club. I know you told me that. I didn't think I got lumped in with cheaters because I went to the club. But people don't never take a second to think like, what else could this actually mean besides what I'm being told it means? And this is, I've had people in my real life that they will cautiously do things so they don't get lumped in with people who have done certain things to you. Like I thought I was maneuvering in a way where this person who did this to you this way and what we did, I thought I was trying to move in a way where you wouldn't just put us both together in the same box. I feel like that's what he's saying, which is very understandable. If somebody got cheated on before, there are going to be things that you do to make sure your actions don't get lumped in and judged the same way as the people who cheated. This is the same thing. Yes, this is a lot more serious.
This man Holla's really
cheating.
Like twisting this,
but it just shows you how people can assume, hey, the things I do, I didn't know that I'm in a box.
Get down with OPP.
The people who did that.
Get down with OPP
because of what I did, and because I was being used to that for I guess the time when you told me how you felt was not real too. That's what. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let me go back to these. He says, backpedal, you were never used for sex. I need to make sure that you understand that. I loved you. Like I said, I didn't have my stuff together, which is a big thing. If you want to take care of a family, take care of your wife, traditionally, the way the world tells you, a lot of people will look and say like, yo, Corey, you had, what was this? 08? I'm not 08. 2018.
I don't know if you guys
some people would say like
seen this, but it is a like in the Michael Jackson 30th anniversary, his last show at Madison Square Garden in 2001. I used to watch it every day, as I know. Jackson 5. Remember they did the reunion and stuff like that. They were doing ABC, dun, 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 dun. And then in the middle of the breakdown, Marlon goes, "You're down with OPP." And then Michael like walked over to him, put his hand on his shoulder, and was like, "Stop." And some other stuff, man. I don't know about Sir Mix-a-Lot. I think that's my and I kinda don't want none in this. You got buns, hon.
Like, yo, Corey.
It's an 80s rap night.
You had X amount of subs. You were probably making X amount of money. You could have did it. But some people don't know. Like, it's like having kids. They say you're never going to be ready. There's never a right time. There's never a right time to get in. Sometimes it's just the courage to do it. So some people just feel like they're not ready yet. And judging by the way she responds to some things, she didn't make it easy to feel ready either. Okay. That's another part that people don't really talk about.
Yeah. No. I understand what the song was about. Very, very, toxic or whatever. But in terms of just, you know it all, baby. Yeah, you know me. That's why I like the groove of it, things of that sort. He said, it's never a right time to say it. He said, never the right time.
She said, you love me. How is that possible? This is the chat. As somebody who dated a manipulator before,
that's the same song.
This
same
song, right
man.
here is manipulation. I'm trying to say everything that you did wasn't good enough. You should have did more, and you should come back and do more. You should make me feel better about how you felt about the situation. How I made you feel about our relationship wasn't good enough. You should have felt better about the situation I was present in. That's basically what I loved you. I tried to make it work. I wanted to be good to you, but the environment that I had with you
for sure
was not conducive of being positive. That's what be happening in these messages, alongside the fact that if you read the actual TikTok videos, you would have seen she was writing it like it was a fan fiction. Oh, and then my heart beat so fast, and then he said this. That kind of stuff lets you know, if you ever had a little brother and you ever hear them, or a little sister, or a little cousin, nephew, niece, whatever, when you hear them tell a story and they'll say, Mom, look at my cut. And then that parent says, well, what happened? He threw me into the desk. That's what they say.
No,
right?
No, Holla. No, Holla. No, Holla. No, 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 no. No. Not this route, brother. Not this route, brother. No. Zero said he had the cassette tape. By the way, my first album was a cassette tape. It was Lil Bow Wow. Beware of Dog, I believe was the name of the album, but that was my first album, bro. How to Love, How to Love. That's one of my favorite Lil Wayne songs too, man.
Dig it, like, you know, you were there. That's not actually what happened. They could have been
no,
poking you
Holla,
with a
no.
sword. They could have been slapping you in the back of the head. There's mad other things that could happen. You may have reacted in a way that caused it, but the way they're shaping the story is that you maliciously picked them up.
Yeah. But you have to believe. We have to believe women. We have to protect women. All right, and then we kind of go from, because it's way more women that's telling the truth, and people won't listen to them because they're the woman. They won't give them the benefit of the doubt, versus women who are lying for the sake of money, clout, attention, whatever the case might be. Right? It's not even. Let me see what then. That song was clean with shot. Like bro, I was singing about and singing it. Oh, I had a lot of women try to steal your heart. Never really figured out how to love. I was in high school back then. Tinashe did a cover of it. It was one of the things I used to be watching on YouTube way back when. That was before 2-1.
Walk them over to the dresser.
Side note, I love to interview Tinashe someday.
And bang them on the dresser. That's how they tell the story. But that's why certain people will leave out parts of the story. Like the text message that said, it was like, that's a passive aggressive way to reveal that you have cancer. There's a reason why she didn't put the message of her telling him she had cancer. Now I need y'all to imagine for a second. Close your eyes, think of this story. Imagine that message read something along the lines of, I just want you to know that you hurt me so bad in life, and I actually found out that I got cancer and I might be able to die soon, and I just want you to know before I go that this is how you had me feeling while I was still alive. Imagine if that was the message.
I would still be like, I'm so sorry to hear that news. I'm praying for you, and I'm sorry that you felt the way that
I'm sorry you got cancer, dude. But what was all of that? All of that other stuff? People just wanted it to be like,
the model stood the test of time.
Oh, I see people like saying that he was wrong. It's only wrong if you reference it to what they actually said. But if somebody's ever telling a story, especially stories where they got screenshots, and you see parts of the story left out, there is a reason they are leaving those parts of the story out. Whenever somebody recalls a story,
I'm not rolling. I love you, brother. I love you. I'm not rolling with this, man. I can't. Someone just told you they had. I don't think there's any way you could frame a message that says, hey, and by the way, I have cancer, and you just respond, man, what a crazy way to roll out the fact that you got the C word. Like, there's no way for me. I can't envision it. I'm sorry. If she got the C word, simply say my condolences and I hope you get through this, and then cut the conversation. 100%. I think there's certain things where you just like, you don't like, you could say, Rashad, like I've had people to cut me off, right? And they'll say everything about me, like that they didn't like me, and say, you don't do this, Rashad. You don't do this. You don't do this. And then you're a gaslight, you know, whatever the case might be. You're and it's like, if I appreciate that person for what they did, he said, look at his face. but if I appreciate that person for what they did in my life and things of that sort, I'm still appreciative. And I thank you for being a part of my life. I thank you for being a part of my journey, everything like that, things of that sort. And I want you to know it. So like, I'm going to say thank you for your time. I'm sorry that this isn't, work out the way that you wanted it to. I appreciate you. If this is where you decide to end our friendship or whatever the case might be, so be it. But I appreciate you forever, and best of luck the rest of the way and stuff like that. You know where to reach me. Whoop, whoop, and keep it pushing. I think there are certain messages where you don't need to nitpick and look at different parts of the message and respond to those parts. So yeah. Bottom line, there's no way that you could shape a text saying, hey, I got cancer, into a joke.
On the internet, you'll see a lot of people who don't take accountability. They'll say, well, what does that matter? Tell the whole story and let people come to the conclusion that they want to come to. But you know what manipulators do? They tell the parts of the story they want to talk about because they know that's the best likelihood of that story being told and them getting the sympathy they want or the support they want. And they want to do everything that they can do to stop you from telling the missing pieces of the story, because people might.
Well, why was it? It was really like, you got to think, Zero, like she probably ain't, I don't think anybody, you know what I'm saying? Like, knock on wood, everything like that, right? Nobody knows. We don't know. Like, the weirdest part about life is the uncertainty of it. Like, we don't know when any of this stuff is, we just don't know. We don't know when it's lights off. We don't know. So when something drastic like that comes out of nowhere, and you know what I'm saying, the chances of survival might be low or whatever, and you're that was so uncertain before might be a little more certain that it might be around the corner. You're doing whatever, bro. Whatever's on your mind. You playing your whole life back. Dang, I used to date this dude for 3-4 years. Like, let me at least like talk to him if this is my last time talking to him. Like, I don't know. Like, maybe he'll give me an apology that I wanted. Maybe I'll get closure that I wanted. When in reality, there's no such thing as closure. Let me change this pause screen for the sake of Dan. But you know, all of those things, like, I don't know, man. Like, your mind's just race. I would imagine your mind's just all over the place, and you just doing like, okay, if I have 2 more weeks on this earth, like, what will I tell people? What's something that I always wanted to say to somebody? And then so Zero said, so now Corey's a bad guy because of his response. Is that the situation? I said she was just pretty much just going off of like, she said he looks angry. I'd rather him look angry at us than him having his eyes rolled and doing this. That's what he had paused before. But okay, yeah. So this situation, the whole thing of her bringing him up is like, Corey's getting a lot of positive press. He came back to YouTube, social media, and then he came out with a manga series and stuff like that. And it was like best selling. It sold really well his first week and everything. And he's just a really successful guy. It's kind of like everybody, for the most part, really likes Corey. And I guess you know, her as an ex-girlfriend was just looking at him like, you guys have no idea. This man said he made me having cancer into a joke, and he made jokes about ABC, and he was this and that. So that's why all this stuff is coming out. Me personally, everything else I felt like was some personal stuff, you know, everything like that. Like people say, he just was a bad boyfriend. That cancer joke was one thing that kind of, I ain't gonna lie, it was like, dang, that's kind of messed up, bro. Yeah, so I don't know. I do think Corey's like, there's no good way to frame that for him, for real, for real. Let me see what she say. So she's being jealous and spiteful. I don't know. That might be it. That might be it. Let's play caption this. I don't want to do that at Holla. I usually with Holla like, hey, baseline. I don't know.
Them in a light less than what they wanted to look at them in. Now, it's not saying that just because you tell the other parts of the story that that person now is wrong, or that person's now right and you're wrong because you told the story. But it gives people an accurate representation to be able to.
Me personally, going back to the zero. Me personally, if it's someone, let me know, Dan, what you think about this pause anyway. Me personally, bro, if it's someone that did me wrong in the past and they go on and they become successful and everything like that, or they continue to be successful, I met them, they were already successful and they did me wrong and stuff, like, it take you a little while. I ain't even gonna lie, it take you a little while to, like, I don't want to say get over it, but yeah, kind of get over it. And a lot of times, I'm not even gonna lie to you, what it takes for me is a conversation. If I talk to the person again, I get to know them a little bit more. I'm like, okay, they didn't even mean to come at me from that angle, whatever, this and that. Or if it's more hate. They get more hate from the outside or whatever like that because, you know, they're on a larger platform. Like, it's particular kind of family and things of that sort, right? That he said now he's looking for the next food item. But yeah. But it's a particular family, whatever. I had a situation with the whole family hated me, right? And they have a platform and they famous and stuff, right? So they move on and they become bigger, you know, than ever, more culturally relevant, more mainstream relevant and stuff like that. I'm looking at them like, man, y'all following these folks is man, whatever, bro. Y'all don't know the real them. They did me wrong. And then America turned on them because you know how it goes. You have highs and you have lows. There's going to be points where everybody going to love you on the internet. And there's going to be points where everybody they hate you and this and that, right? And when that moment happened, when everybody turned on them, I'm like, okay, bro. Folks is turning on them for ABC reason. They don't even have no reasons to turn on. They doing it for no reason. That made me put it to bed, lay it down, and let it be. Zero said he's never done that, and he don't look back. I've been done wrong, never look back. I don't need closure. We break up. That's that. That's a very mature way to handle things and stuff like that. Everybody just ain't that mature. Me, I think I'm man enough to admit that I'm not that emotionally mature and stuff like that. Because for me, like, this ain't even just about breakups. I'm talking about like friendship stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm talking about professional relationships going awry because you did me wrong in some business. You did me wrong in this. You did me wrong in trying to smear my name. You're trying to smear my name publicly because I'm telling the truth. How does that work? Like, you're trying to, man, folks, if it was up to folks and haters and so on, I would have been done in 2021. So I'm still here in 2025. I do this rant every now and again. I just think about it because it's like, bro, they really tried to stop the campaign, everything like that in 2021. I'm still here in 2025. So it's just like, when stuff like that happens, I can't just let it go because you really trying to affect my career, my money, my what? No, bro. I can't just, let go, let God. No, because you really tried to ruin my life. I can't just let that go. So while I thought about it and I was like, man, maybe I do need to do some more maturing. while that might be partially true and things of that sort, and let it go. And I think I've done a better job with healing and all those things. At the same time, bro, it's like folks really be trying to ruin your life. And if folks ruin your life, you are going to feel a way about it. You're trying to stop my source of income. You're trying to stop whatever the case might be, my clean, whatever the case might be. Folks will really do that to you. So no, man, it takes some time, man. Nate asked, may I have some context to this? So this rant was brought to you by a thing we were just speaking about. So this video, he's speaking about Holla, my dog Holla. Shouts out to Holla. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to him, everything like that. This is a big dog. It's a reason why I even do my lives like this, everything. 65,000 subscribers. Don't play with him. That's my boy Holla. Anyways, he's talking about the Corey Kenshin thing. Mo said, Jesus said, turn the other cheek. Jesus said, turn the other cheek. But what happened when they picking in your pocket on your cheek? They picking in your pocket on your cheek and taking out the money. Nah, bro, I can't go for that, bro. You tried to end my life. I'm supposed to turn the other. Nah, twin. I'm gonna feel away at least for a little bit. I can't go like that. You do need to turn the other cheek and let it go. It ain't healthy holding on to grudges. What Zero say? He said it's not about being mature. It's just so tired to entertain certain types of people. My only issue was child support, and I took away my kids yet. Instead of working with me, she wanted the money. So you see, you know what I'm saying? Like, you've been there before, though, Zero, where you felt frustrated about a situation. You like, bro, like, come on, dog. Like, what is we doing? You all feel a way about a situation. We all feel a way about certain situations. We are human beings, bro. If you have a relationship and you break up, you're supposed to move on. Yeah, that's romantics. I'm talking about business and friendship stuff. But yeah, Nate. He talking about Corey Kenshin, right? Corey Kenshin, he had the whole situation with his ex-girlfriend. His ex-girlfriend came out, put all the comments about him and stuff like that. So Zero is pretty much asking, where did all of this come from? I said she probably seen Corey get a bunch of positive PR and was just like, I know this ain't the same Corey that, made me feel like poop and destroyed my self-respect and my self-esteem and everything like that for years that I'm still recovering from. So she said, let me tell the internet who the real Corey Kenshin is, right? So then Zero said, what did Zero say? Zero said, oh, so she pretty much exposed all these text messages out of spite. And I said, if someone does you wrong and, they move on and, people kind of paint a picture of them that not to be true, you're going to feel a way about it. I know I felt a way about certain business relationships, everything like that. I'm just like, what? But usually it just takes some time. It takes time. It takes a conversation. Or it's just like the world flip on them. And then you're like, oh, no. The reasons why they flip on them is different from the reasons, your personal reasons why you have vendettas with them, whatever the case might be, issues with them and stuff like that. So I was saying that, right? And then Dan was like, I let go of stuff. I don't hold on to the past. I let it go. I never look back. That's what Dan said. I said, I feel you, but there's certain situations where people try to end my career. People try to, change the trajectory of my life at 17 years old, 18 years old. It's people who try to end my career at, how old was I 4 years ago? Like 20, 25, 26. You know what I'm saying? And I'm still here. And so it's like, you feel a way about it, and you're going to feel a way about it for a little bit. And that's where that whole rant came from. I lost friendships over opinions. Me too, for sure. The world we live in is based on opinions, Dan said. And Zero said opinions and facts, but opinions is what we focus on and not facts, unfortunately. Dan said, I know because I'm a diehard sports fan and I'm facing off with other people's takes. Like, I got to respect them even though they're harsh sometimes. And then Zero said, I'm back and I'm better. I appreciate that, bro. Like, I had some of the best years of my career. And like after that, like that's when I got to cover, White House administrations, more Super Bowls, BET, national stuff. Like, I went up more than what I was back then after they tried to end me. So it was like, I was definitely just felt the way about that for sure. And then on the YouTube tip, no one's tried to stop me with YouTube. Like, it's been some comments where, you know what I'm saying, other sides of videos found it and ratioed me in the comments, but they're like, yeah, I ain't gonna subscribe to you. You ain't gonna grow no channel and stuff. And I'm growing more than ever now. So it's like, if anything, then but I don't have no vendettas against them because I never knew them. I'm talking about people in real life that try to stop the campaign and stuff like that. Throw national dirt on my name. Y'all ever had national? Man, come on, bro. All right, anyways.
To say, hey, okay, well, you know, I see.
Like you doing KFC commercials and then throwing like Rashad Milligan's name under the, like, how does that even work? Like, I just got 5,000 subscribers. People known y'all jokers since the 80s. No.
Why?
Let me chill out before we go viral.
He shouldn't have took that far, but also you could have not did this, and then everybody's able to take their accountability the same way, or take their
Zero said point them out. I'll troll them. They all right, let's do it for the content, for the clip. I'll give you hints, and that's it. And once you guess it, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm gonna just keep letting the video play. And if it's wrong, I'll say it's not them. Okay. You know, Lil Nas X, right? He did the Old Time Road. I'm gonna ride till, and he had the cowboy hat on. All right. So think in the world of sports, cowboy hat, coach. Where's the cowboy hat?
People are able to give constructive criticism that gives both people whatever accountability they need. But instead, people will tell a story and they'll say, yo, that part of the story doesn't matter. Well, if that part of the story doesn't matter and won't change things, then let's tell that part of the story. But they will never say, you know, okay, go ahead. Tell them the full story. So like the cancer thing, that should have set alarm bells off in people's head to say,
Not
okay,
Brett Favre.
clearly something was said there.
Brett Favre don't coach.
There that she purposely chose to crop out of the message. And whatever that was might have justified it, because if there was no reason for cutting it out, she would have put it in the message, right? And there's one last part of the thing I want to talk about.
And Van Latham, I've actually, oh yeah, shouts out to Van Latham. I met him at a party and he was cool. But it's yeah, he said, oh my bad, you said coach. Yeah.
Was somebody, I was actually talking to another YouTuber and they were like, why do you think that she chose now to do this? When some people have bad experiences from their perspective with you, they want people to feel the same way that they feel about you.
Oh, see, there it is. We literally just said that, Zero. I literally just said that. There it is. All right, Holla. We here, Holla. Wolf is back. Dang, I didn't even know. You met the Team Z dude, Rashad, mad respect, dog. Yeah, I probably met like most, if they're black person and they famous, I met a lot of them. Met a lot of them, man. Just you know, be around long enough in the industry, you gonna meet folks for sure.
They want those people to feel the same way.
Nah, it wasn't Dan Reeves. I ain't that old. Salute to Dan Reeves. Shout out to the Dirty Birds. You know what I'm saying? But hey, Jason Garrett. I think Brett Favre was the closest guest that you had so far.
So I'm trying to think of an example I could give y'all. Say like you dated somebody, you're a sports player in your high school. You might have even cheated on your significant other in high school, right? But then you graduate, you say you go to the league or whatever sport you're playing in. Sometimes that person you cheated on in high school, what they're going to do, is they're going to tell you get a contract, say you get married. They're going to say, well, you know, he's a cheater, right? Because of what their experience. Now that's a experience. You were wrong. You cheated. You were wrong. But they want everybody else to know how wrong you were because they see people loving who you are now that they bring up other stuff. This is an example of one of those things. Whatever their experience was, she had a feeling about him. People are saying, oh my God, Corey's the GOAT. Corey. What am I saying? No scandal, Corey, and people love him. People look at that and they're like, no. I want you to feel how I feel about them. So now I'm going to take whatever story I have, make a mashup of it, and give it to you, and hopefully that changes what you think of that person. And that's what be happening.
Flames.
Sometimes you just gotta sit back and watch what are people's intentions.
Wolf, my bad.
If y'all ever watch me play Among Us, this is why I'm so good at Among Us, because once you see people it's easy to find out who the imposter is. 360 no scope them.
You know, I have a whole theory about Wolf. I have a whole theory because when he first popped up in my chat, I've always had this thing that Wolf was like I always had this theory that Tyler Creator watched my channel because like he co-signed Veda, who's, you know, shouts out to Veda, everything like that, but he co-signed her after his Atlanta concert. And his Atlanta concert, it got a lot of views on my channel and stuff like that. I brought a lot of people in. It's one of my most viewed videos and stuff like that on here. And I just always kind of came because he talks about watching YouTube videos all the time with like 15 views and stuff like that. So he watches channels of all sizes and he spends a lot of time on YouTube. So I was like, man, I think Tyler Creator's watching my channel. He's following my channel and things of that sort. And so with this Wolf kid, he came in one day, right? And he was talking to me. I was like, I was looking at the tour dates and stuff like that. And then it was no tour dates that day. And then I asked him about July 21st, what he thought was coming out. And he told me, he's like, I don't know. He's just like, all right. He just kept putting all right. And then the next day Tyler Creator announced, don't tap on the glass, right? So that's what he announced. So, okay, I'm like, okay. I was like, dang, Wolf, we just talked about this yesterday on stream. Tonight, Wolf comes on right before 10 p.m. Pacific time. And he comes on and he's like, hold on. I got to go somewhere. I might be back later. And he comes back at around 11:20 p.m. West Coast time. Tyler Creator had a thing in LA at 10 p.m. It's I'm just throwing out stuff.
Out this situation. Now, I'm not gonna stand on a stake and say there was nothing Corey could have done better or worse in these situations if he's a bad person. What I am gonna say is, based on what people were told, what screenshots came out, none of them should have amounted to people jumping to the conclusion of what they jumped to. None of it. You know the math test in school where the answers are like A 3, B 27, C 32, D not enough information. That what that question is meant to show you is that even if you have some information, there are going to be some times where you don't have enough information to come to the conclusion of the possibilities. What people seen in this, they said, is Corey an abuser? Is he not? None of this information amounted to you being able to say one way or the other. Okay. Now, Corey might do a video. He showed the parts of the messages that were cut out. You might come to the conclusion, yo, Corey was not an abuser at all. She was just narcissistic. You might come to, listen, she might have been, what's another way I could say this? She might have been like, some people are just not good people. Let's be honest. They don't provide a way for you to have healthy environments with them. You might come to that conclusion. You might see more of the text messages and you might come to the conclusion that, yo, that thing she said, she was right. You might come to that conclusion. But with the information you were given, you cannot make a decision either way. And some people need to learn that the life is not about choosing sides. You don't have to choose a side until you can come to a conclusion that you feel is concrete. People want to jump the gun just so
Very much a possibility.
they don't get caught in the middle. Oh, cool. Like there are people who I seen other YouTubers who if Corey stood next to them, they would be two-handed gawking away. I've seen it. I seen these YouTubers 10 minutes after these allegations hit talking about some, this is why you can't look up to people. This really what those people are saying, the way I live, I could never be a role model. So don't look at anybody else as a role model. I think that's kind of weird to me. That you live in a way where people shouldn't be able to look at you and say, that's how I should live. That means you purposely do things that you know are negative, but you don't want the responsibility for the actions that you do. But anyway, back to what I was saying. People are so...
What do you mean by that?
They want to jump out there and pick a side. Oh, there's some people who said, this can't be Corey. Those people, unless you know Corey personally, you wouldn't really know. You just kind of need to digest the situation. 10 minutes after you see something is not long enough to think about. No, and these aren't even. Samo said Twitter users are brain dead. No surprise. These people were not Twitter users. These people were other. Well, they use Twitter. I use Twitter too. These people were other content creators that I know. If Corey walked into a room, they would be hurdling over people to take a picture a week ago. And you see a couple messages and some people cannot wait to see people who people look at in a good light. They cannot wait for people to be dragged back down to how they feel about themselves.
I'll also have to say this, right? In that case. And I think this is true for everybody. Like, what did J. Cole say? Anybody all you gotta do just put us some limps. At night we seen up on a brother at the light, nice watch running. Anyways, anybody can be pushed to the limit. Like we all are one thing away from being criminal, whatever the case might be, right? One decision away from changing the rest of our lives. All of us. In this chat, watching a replay, we're all one decision away. I think one thing about that is, okay, we recognize that as humans, this is how fickle life is and things of that sort. We kind of need to stay away from that type of energy, right? And that I think that goes to, what Dan is talking about, us embracing toxicity. Like we like sitting in the toxicity because it might become familiar to us and everything like that. And okay, it's cute. Oh, we toxic. Yeah, that's my girl. We toxic, And then when the toxic gets dangerous, now it's an issue. Now it's this. Now it's, oh man, watch who you keep around you, man. This girl done painted me out to be crazy. They ain't know that she, called me a mama's boy and a little blah, 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 and kept punching my chest and said that I want nothing and I'll never amount to anything in life before I retaliate. That doesn't matter. All that matters is the retaliation. You the man. So you're going to be held liable. It's not fair. It's life.
That's what be happening. I feel like I'm not good enough to be a role model. The world found out you're not a role model either. Maybe I'm not that bad of a person. That's what really be going through people's head. And that's I think everybody, hey, BetterHelp promo code Big Holla. Y'all gotta go to therapy, bro.
That's funny.
And I never knew how.
But you can't look up to people. Like on the side note, like you can't look up to people.
Never knew.
Literally, it's like it's biblical. This is a biblical principle. You cannot look up to people, bro. Like man is gonna let you down every single time. You can't look up to people. Like regardless. Like you can't look up to LeBron James. You can't look up to Drake. You can't look up Drake. I know it's crazy. I just went there. But you can't look up to anybody, any human, because humans are just humans. They're gonna let you down. Just is what it is. So I think you take the art for what it is. I think now with live streaming and stuff like that, we're more connected to them folks than ever. And we feel like we, you know what I'm saying? I know some people might say, I don't feel like it. Okay, I'll speak for myself. I feel like I might, you know what I'm saying, know a little more about them now versus as of 20 years ago when there wasn't live streaming and all this and stuff like that. Just is what it is. Look up to real people with flaws and not people that mask up their failures. Yeah, and I mean 100 is I think you can take pros and cons from everybody, to be honest. It's actually real talk. So Holla saying the thing about when content creators and people say like, I can never be a role model because if I become a role model, they're gonna cancel me and this and that, and thinking that's like problematic to say. I don't think it is. I think like when people become famous, when they become public figures, people just place this like unrealistic expectation of morality on them. It's like, wait, hold on. Wait, he was just Dan from Starbucks. Now he's Dan from Twitch, and now he's supposed to be like freaking Gandhi. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nobody's perfect, bro. Nobody's
how perfect. Important therapy was, because my school since kindergarten had counselors and therapists inside of it. Anything happened, you go to the counselor. The counselor talk to you 15, 20 minutes. Counselor visit your classroom every quarter. Come stay in the classroom with you for the whole class for like an hour, observe, pull kids they think they need to talk to. That's what was going on in my schools, okay? So maybe me growing up with access to therapy like that, I also have a blinded view of people who didn't have the access to that same thing. But I think people should look into therapy a little bit more to help them cope with the projection that they do.
Holla is an a-hole, bro.
About other people. People really need mental health to be honest. Hey, it's true.
Have is YouTube something that banned from
you're taught about
years ago when I said that.
Math, language arts, social studies.
Hey, I don't even want to know what you said about DeMar, man. Shouts out to my boy DeMar, man. Shouts out to my brother DeMar, man.
You go to PE, learn about physical education, mental education, knowing why your brain jumps to conclusions or works in a way.
The COVID conspiracy era was definitely an error, bro. You talk about opinions that split families and friends. Oh my goodness. And then they came out with the jab.
The way that it works is very important for you to be able to navigate the world without the things outside of you manipulating exactly what goes on in your head. And I think that's but the YouTubers, when I seen all the YouTuber tweets coming out, it was nasty work. Not nasty, filthy, dirty work. I wanted to boot up a stream so bad, but I knew. Well, one, I was busy. Two, I just knew I was going to force some people to answer some questions they were not ready to really stand on. They put out a tweet. They made it vague. Corey's evil. That's what
Zero,
they did.
You don't even have to tell me about that. I done picked up from. Hey, look, I already know, Zero. You was saying some crazy stuff. Let me see. He said you went hardcore at Hamlin when you had the heart attack on the field. And I said we should be focused on football, and I got banned from Facebook for that. Nah, that was crazy, bro. Nah, that was crazy, dog. Because like that joint, if we talk about DeMar Hamlin, man, it was so crazy because I was already looking at it was so much with football that just had a PR hit. Like the concussion Will Smith movie just came out. People talking about CTE, like Aaron Hernandez offed himself, and then but he did it in the heart and the chest so they could still study his brain. They found out he had like severe CTE, And then like this other kid that they used to play for the Giants had severe CTE, and he like ended up, you know, just frolicking. Like this stuff gets deep with football, bro. Tua having darn near, you know what I'm saying, whatever you want to call him, on the field twice after hard hits. Man, what? Football already took a huge PR hit, right? So then it's like Damar Hamlin died on the field. Oh, man. In the middle of all of that, a man dies on the field. You can't be serious, bro. Bro, died in the game on prime time. Can't be serious, bro. So, yeah. I mean, it was definitely something for football. He said everything I posted was true and it was flagged for misinformation, but now that same information is true. That's why he's zero. I could put 2 and 2 together on what you think happened with Damar Hamlin and stuff like that, man. That's why I'm gonna talk about the person more than the game, because there are players, whether it's basketball, football, baseball, hockey, etc. Yeah, man. People are human, dog. And the fact that like an athlete in his prime just dropped dead from a hard hit in the middle of a prime time nationally televised game was crazy, bro. It's crazy.
I'm
glad he made it though, but God. Also, by the way, I want to say this, Zero, and I want to say this to anybody watching. Not only did I receive the jab, I received the booster and the second booster. Ain't not having to me. That is easy. Now some, you know, knock on wood, everything like that. I want y'all to know it wasn't the jab, because that done happened about 4 or 5 years ago. Not 5 years ago, but about 4 or 3 years ago. It wasn't that. It was probably something else for me. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But knock on wood. To God be the glory. All right. These are players overshot. Going to war when they stepped up on the field and they put their bodies out there 100%, but they don't think that they gonna like be unalive. Like you don't think like you think, okay, I might be paralyzed, I might lose a foot, I might lose a, you know, you ain't gonna think like I'm gonna lose my life. Like you ain't thinking that. Playing the game that you played your whole life. No, I don't think it was jab. I meant there's a tons of situations that could be linked. Okay, but you know, most people think it. You know what I'm saying? They thought what they thought. And that was one of the big conspiracies and things of that sort.
Now that the dust settled, I ain't seen no tweets come back out from these people saying like, oh man, I jumped to conclusions. Oh, everybody's afraid to admit when they're wrong. Life would be so much easier if people could say, you know what? That thing I did, I was wrong for that. The way I handled that, I was wrong for those things I assumed. I was wrong for that. But I think to be that type of person also would stop some of these people from trudging forward and becoming the great creators that they be. Some people be great content creators because they lack that ability.
I agree.
But when it comes to real world things, people have to be able to say, you know what, I was wrong. I'm trying to think of something. What have I been wrong about? It's really hard to say about like public stuff because I don't really jump out the gate and say, I was wrong about Angel Reese's hooping. She looked like prime Michael Jordan right now.
See now, okay. I was supposed to. So I was in Atlanta for the month of June, and I talked to Holla like right around the time of Streamer University. I was like, "Are you really going?" Because he tweeted out like a joke that I got accepted into Streamer University. I said, "You going for real?" He said, "Nah, I ain't going." Everything like that. So we caught up about life and stuff. I say, you know, I'm headed to Atlanta next week for my little sister graduation. I'll be there for the month. He said, "Oh, bet you got to stop by, pull up on us." And he said, "We got to talk about Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, because everybody know women's basketball my thing, and that's what they talk about on their show too. And when they give their takes, I just be like, oh my goodness, watch the games." So him saying I was wrong about Angel Reese, she hooping, whoop, whoop. Brother, she's always been hooping. She did this last year. Like, same darn near stat lines, bro. Watch the games, bro.
To be able to say that, but some people, they're so unwilling to say, like,
sometimes you got to be careful on what you say
I was
with
wrong
your
about
tongue because that is a weapon. Yes. 100%. There's power in life of the tongue. 100%. So God, I thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you for a fruitful, long, prosperous, everything like that. And thank you for blessing the chat as well. All the homies. Woo woo. In Jesus' name. Amen. For sure. And healthy lifestyles. Yeah, all the things. I went through the whole pandemic without being sick. I lost both jobs. I got through Uber Eats. But if you think the jab was best for you then I support your choice. Yeah, no. I didn't get sick until after I got the jab. Because, like, I'm doing, like, a bunch of stuff where I'm interviewing people. I'm talking to people right here. I'm going to, like, events and dinners were the worst because it's like everybody got to take their mask off at a dinner. Take my mask off. That's the first time I got sick. Never had Uber Eats. I usually go with DoorDash. But Uber Eats, I think I use for like a ghost kitchen. Like I pulled up and they only had Uber Eats, so I had to like use it for my Uber app and stuff like that and get Uber Eats. And then like they like brought it out to me in the parking lot. But yeah.
something. I was wrong about injuries. I ain't gonna cap. She's cooking. She is cooking. Okay. What else have I been wrong about? I always try to
Reese had moments where she played below her value to me. This season, I think she played better, but she needs to be consistent and she still needs to improve. 100% she still needs to improve. But people was talking like she didn't deserve to be in the league. I'm like, bro, she was on an all-star her rookie season. She had the longest streak in WNBA history of consecutive double-doubles. Like, what are we talking about here, actually? Like, you can say, okay, she's not the best player in the WNBA. That's fine. I'm cool with that. But you can't say no, like, Angel Reese don't even deserve. She trash. She this, she that. No. Because you've seen a couple clips of her missing layups and shots under the basket and putbacks and stuff like that. I mean, she was the worst player in the world because obviously she was doing other things the whole time. When she missing layups and stuff like that, she's still one of the top players on. I was about to say in high school, she was still one of the top defenders in the league. You know what I'm saying? In addition to being a generational rebounder, so it's like she was still doing things at an exceptionally high level. Did I watch the WNBA All-Star game? I didn't, Dan, because I went to a rap show last night. I went to see Lareezy last night. Shouts out to Lareezy. There's a short on it on my channel, self-plug, self-promotion, that I uploaded last night. You can watch that and stuff. I'll probably upload him performing a couple songs on my channel too at some point. Yeah, my girl got it after she got the jab and she was mad at me. I bet she was. She was like, life ain't fair. How come I get the jab and I get it? You don't get the jab and you never got it.
Go back to music. There was a time I didn't
It was terrible, bro. By the way, I wish that pain on nobody, dog. And I was talking to my editor at the time, opening up a little bit, and he was just like, "Bro, you just gotta walk around like you can't let it defeat you, like because that's what it want. But you gotta walk around, be strong, stay strong." I was like, "Bro, I barely have like the energy to keep my eyes open." He said, "Trust me, I know." I had no idea this man died like maybe like a month or two later. Found out he had cancer whole time. Didn't know my editor was going through that, bro. His name was Ali, man. Rest in peace, Ali, early. Make sure you support the family, everything like that. I believe their GoFundMe might still be open, but I think they closed the GoFundMe. They closed it like a year or two ago. But yeah, man, he was telling me that when I was sick with COVID. And like looking back on that conversation, it's like it just looks so much different now. Just like stay up, stay strong. It wants you to stay down. It wants you to be. But like I was going through it that first time. It was terrible. I don't wish that on my worst enemy, bro. They said Paige Bakers had a good performance. Yeah, she had a lot of assists. I'm healthy in terms of being active. Yeah, that's something that my mentor, he was saying. Yeah, I never got COVID and stuff like that because I'll be riding the bike and stuff. I think it helps a little bit, but I don't think like COVID is just random, to be honest, bro. Dang, Earl, sorry to hear that for sure. Yeah, it was crazy. I ain't gonna lie to you. My cousin passed of COVID, and my homegirl. Oh, can you say COVID on? Wait, hold on. I got to be careful with saying it because I remember on YouTube for like 2-3 years you could not say it, dog. Like if you said it, they flagged your video. Could not make no money off it. WNBA All-Star game sucked. They may have fumbled the bag, but it didn't matter because that like Stud Buzz was the win. So that was the win for the WNBA, that All-Star game for real, for real. The actual product, the game, and it was trash, but like the NBA. But I will say this: the NBA game, the MNB, the Men's Basketball Association, has always been trash, right? Always been trash for the last since the year Kobe passed. When Kobe passed, the game was fire. Everybody was competitive, everything like that. That was 2020. Ever since then, it's been trash. So the WNBA game has been a little better in past years. But this year, apparently, I guess it was trash again. Condolences to your brother, first of all, Zero. And my girl was in the hospital. She couldn't, they want to keep her and send her back home. Gosh, Lee. Terrible. Well, also again, so they might find back. Yeah, Biden ain't in office no more. When I saw my friend's mom this weekend, she was talking to me about her son. And you know how we got to talking. Yeah, I'm already knowing, brother.
Drake.
I'm glad you was able to have that moment with her, though, for sure.
I thought Drake was good first. Then there was a period of time where I didn't like Drake. Like nothing was the same era. Didn't really like Drake. But I came back around. All right. Holla moan, that's crazy. Moaning is crazy. The way she worded it makes me think Swift, that's a fact.
Also game sucks since 04. After 2012 it became unbearable to watch the game.
That's all I really wanted to say. I don't think there's too much else about the Corey
2020 was good though. The year that Kobe and Gigi passed because they changed the rules and they all competed for Kobe. That was a good year. I ain't gonna lie. It was a good game.
That should be too crazy. Hopefully he continues to make videos. I've seen people canceling their orders to Monsters We Make. I seen people like threatening to like burn their copies. I was watching.
Burning a copy is so stupid, bro. Burning stuff, burning the jersey, burning a book of someone, or burning a CD is so. You already bought it. The person already made money off. Like, what are you doing? Oh, I showed them with this symbolic symbol. I'm gonna burn it down. You already bought it. They already made the money. What are we doing here?
And look how the world will prop you up, but they cannot wait.
That's deep Zero.
To tear you back down to where they feel like they are. People applaud people because they feel like they're gonna get out of the situations that that y'all are all in. At the end of the day, let me tell you something, okay? No matter what box you feel like you're in, once you get out that box, there's just a bigger box, all right? So you wanting people to get forced back in that small box that you feel like you're in, they're still in a box somewhere. All right. You get out of the school system, you get a job. You get out of the regular job, you got entrepreneurship. You become a millionaire. Now people want you to save the world. You got to be CEO. Now there's always going to be those boxes that have their own conflict in them, and everybody's dealing with conflict.
So see, here's the thing about this. Stud Buzz is going to be the only thing that can save the WNBA All-Star game, and the problem with that is it will never be like what it was the first year. It will just always be like you'll never be able to recreate that magic because it's going to be people who are conscious of it. They know how it looks. They know how the clips went viral. They're going to be, oh, don't clip me. Oh, don't get me on stream. Oh, I don't want to be saying that on stream. Oh, I don't want to be looking drunk on stream. Oh, no. That really hurt my brand opportunities, isn't that? And it's going to ruin everything. Like, so I don't think Stud Buzz will be like how it was this year. I don't think the same magic will ever be able to be replicated. So because of that, yeah, like you said, WNBA All-Star might be in trouble in the future.
But some people rather focus on other people's conflict then they're wrong. You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, I am taking counselors. If you would like to talk, we only charge $200 an hour. You know what I'm saying? Come on, come down to the big Holla. I'm just kidding, man. I do think I need to talk like this more on stream because it'll give people more of a personable version of the way I function in life. And
yeah, but we talking from a wide range perspective. You know what I'm saying? We talking about from a wide range perspective, Zero. Like in terms of like overall all-star success. Like for the league, like say example, NBA. For the NBA, a successful all-star weekend will be having a viral dunk from the dunk contest. Or Steph Curry setting the 3-point record in the 3-point contest. Like I think he did that in Atlanta, right? 2021 when everything was shut down. Steph Curry set the record and it was like a big deal. That made that weekend, that all-star weekend, a success. If you know what I'm saying, if Donovan Mitchell comes out in a Vince Carter jersey and does the 360 windmill to win the dunk contest, that's a W weekend for the all-star game. If Aaron Gordon gets his mascot to come out there on a hoverboard going a circle 360, and then Zach LaVine does some crazy stuff as well, that's a W for the NBA, right? Isn't that the fact? Oh, shoot, Kobe locked down so-and-so. Rest in peace, God rest Kobe's soul. Kobe locked down so-and-so on this position. Like, the NBA don't care about that because the masses don't care about that, to be honest. So it's like, he said, I'm comparing optics to competition. Yeah. Because I feel like optics is what, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, what they view as a successful all-star weekend. Dan said, do I think the Celtics are going to be good next year with no KP, no Al Horford, no Drew, and Tatum hurt? No. If that Mac McClung contest 3 years straight was freaking insane. Yeah, the first couple of years was, well, I ain't going to lie. I still like Mac in the I ain't going to lie to you. As long as he can come up with new dunks, I'm rocking with it. He just needs some more competition. Like, he needs someone who's going to, like, make it a tough decision. The masses care about Adam Silver is why the NBA is failing. That Adam Silver is why the NBA is failing. The thing is, they just haven't had like a viral moment outside of that for a successful all-star weekend. Like, I don't think people would care about the games because, like, I would say that people care about the games during the Aaron Gordon, Zach LaVine, you know, battle and stuff like that. People did care because that was the Toronto year, you know, Kobe's last all-star game and stuff like that. So people cared. But a lot of the most iconic moments in all-star history, like, okay, we'll go even further back. When Magic came back from HIV, right? He retired that year and they voted him an all-star. So he came back to play the all-star game, right? Did anybody care about the actual game? Or did they just care that Magic came back, he played that game, and he backed down? I don't know if it was Isaiah Thomas or someone else. He backed him down, turned around, deep three, and they just ended the game after he made the shot because everybody's reaction to it was crazy. Does anybody care about the rest of that game? Nobody cares about the rest of that game. Like, in my life, I remember 2003, Jordan's last all-star game. It was in Atlanta. I fell asleep because, you know, I'm in dang third grade. I'm 8 years old. But I remember seeing the replays and everything of Jordan hitting the fadeaway baseline jumper to send it into overtime, and then they end up losing. Kevin Garnett wins it for the West, and he wins what all-star game MVP. I remember that just being a very competitive game. I remember other years. I think it was 2008 in New Orleans, where it was like LeBron James and like I think Joe Johnson, and then the big three for the Celtics led the East to like a 28-point comeback, and LeBron had like a crazy dunk, and it became competitive and everything like that. I remember that. Like, it's just not too many moments in my entire life where I'm just like, dang, all-star game, we get the best games. Nah, bro, it was like all-star game. I can't believe I get to watch Allen Iverson on the floor with Tracy McGrady and Vince Carter at the same time. Like, that was just exciting to me as a kid. And I think the older I get, the more I kind of see past like the smokes and mirrors of like, oh, see all the big players in one, especially doing media and like covering a lot of these guys, and it's not the same excitement. And I can't be mad that I don't have the same excitement for stuff like of me being a kid and stuff was new to me. You know what I mean? And he said you get viral moments out of competition. So you're saying competition like dunk contest competition, 3-point, whatever the case is, you get it from competition. I remember when okay, let's do this. The dang year, I think it was Kyrie and Tim Hardaway. Was it Tim Hardaway Jr. when they went back and forth in a rookie sophomore's All-Star game, right? That was a very viral moment. I think that actual score was like a 20-point game. It's like a 20, 40-point game. But everybody remembers that moment where Tim Hardaway Jr. and Kyrie went back and forth at each other in a rookie, you know what I'm saying? Matt McClung jumping over the dang car was dope. Rashad, you, me, and Zero would break our hamstrings if we tried to jump over it because we are old people. Yeah, man, for sure. For sure. But yeah, it is what it is. Matt McClung was dope, but it's just like he needed more folks, bro. Like he needed better competition to make it worth something. You know what I'm saying? Like he just need more competition, which is what Zero's saying. That's what's gonna make it better. Zero said he doesn't remember. Hold on, let me see if I pull up at least a picture of it. Kyrie Ricky game. There we go. This joint, right? Oh, was it Brandon Knight? It might have been Brandon Knight, but Kyrie and him were going back and forth. Like it was like bucket, bucket, bucket. Let me see. Kyrie. Let me put Tim Hardaway Jr. Hardaway Jr. rookie game. Dang, they don't even have this up. So see, this might have been. Oh, okay. It was Tim Hardaway Jr. versus Deion Waiters. This game was like a 40, but it was like everywhere. And then I remember this Kyrie thing where he put the kid on skates. I don't know if it was it was Brandon Knight. He crossed him up and made him fall, and it was a big deal. Game was like 40 points. It wasn't a competitive game. So I say all that to say that, like,
I do think it can help people because I be letting these other people talk. And they just be leading people down dead ends. I'm going to be honest. A lot of YouTubers, a lot of business people, money, people you see with a lot of money, a lot of them, they don't see people as anything other as a means to an end. But the people who reach the top are always the one who look at you for who you are. You know what I'm saying?
oh, God. All right. I saw watching when it lost its flair. NBA players are scared. 100%. 100%. You ever think Ja, Zion, and Giannis will ever? Okay, then. So here we go. Let's go. Let's go with this, right? A few seconds ago, you said we can't jump over a car because we're old people. I'm Giannis' age. I'm Giannis' age. I'm Jokic age. We all 30. Y'all born 95. Like Giannis was born 94 December. Like he was born 1 month away from me, bro. We all the same age. You can't say we old and then say Giannis gonna do the dunk contest. Giannis is old according to you. So no. Do I think Ja and Zion would do it? I think Ja would do it at some point. Like if the Grizzlies was winning and Ja was in a good mood, Ja would do it. Ja would do it. And I think Zion would do it if he what you calls. I think Zion would do it if he was healthy. If Zion was healthy the whole season, the Pelicans are playing well. They're competing for a playing spot in the West and things of that sort. And Ja already says he's gonna do it. Zion would do it then. No defense was played. I remember now because of the fall. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You remember because of fall. Ja wants some money. He already started. Zion can't stay healthy. But if he did, in a perfect world, yeah, then yeah. W stream, man. 3 hours. 3 hour stream, man. Like I said, I started the stream early intentionally, and I ended up going to sleep and finishing around the same time I usually when I start late and stuff at my usual time, which is like 1:30 and stuff like that. So, anyways, I'm get off so I could go to sleep and wake up for this Tyler album and give my immediate thoughts on the Tyler album. In the meantime, man, I appreciate y'all, boy, man. Maul for stopping in, poking his head in. Big Nate poking his head in, saying what's up. SSB was here at the beginning of the stream. Shouts out to SSB as always. Zero and Dan, salute to y'all, my brothers. And yeah, man. If you are watching this, have a good morning, have a good afternoon, have a good evening, have a good night, have a good day. LeBron avoided it because of the creativity. Yeah. I remember when he was in high school, in a high school dunk contest, I was like, oh, that's so great. And then looking back on it, he really didn't do much of anything. But I guess I was just excited because I was a kid. And really, you know, a lot of the dunk contests is to show that you can sell around the dunk. You know what I'm saying? And I think LeBron does a good job at that. But yeah. But yeah, man, have a good day. Like you say, night, bro, and God bless. God bless for show. Have a good night, have a good evening, and have a good day. If nobody else told you today, I care for you. Let me see. What if Cooper Flag did the dunk? See? Look. Now, Cooper Flag, that joker, look. That joker was doing East Bays. That joker, Cooper Flag, not only he got the bounce, not only he got the height, he also, hold on, let me see what this is. Dang. I gotta turn on my notifications for Twitter just to see if Tyler's going to announce a concert near me. Anyways, if Cooper did it, we might be talking. Zion, Cooper, and who else? Mike McClung. Oh, come on now, we talking. Yeah. That's what I want. Cooper, Zion, Mac McClung. Give me 2 white boys versus 2 black boys. Ooh! Yes, sir. We cooking. Adam Silver, man. Does he have the dexterity, athleticism now to that basic stationary dunks? He was doing East Bays in the game. And AAU. They was like, who this white boy doing East Bays? Man, look, Cooper Flag is one of them ones, boy. I tell you, like I know some people say, I seen him in Summer League. I don't know about this and that. I don't see it in Cooper. Cooper Flag is one of them ones, bro. Look at this, bro. He did it at Duke. He did it at Summer League. Hold on. You pull up on Summer League. Yeah, come on, bro. Give me Zion. Give me Cooper. Give me Ja. Give me Cooper, Matt McClung, bro. Stop playing, bro. Or you can give me Bronny. Hold on. Bronny did the dang East Bay. He did the East Bay in warm-ups. If we really want to do it, remember when Bronny did it? Hold on, here we go. Bronny make it look more impressive because he's shorter. Shoot, you get Bronny in the dunk contest. Man, breaking the internet. What is we talking about, man? But yeah, that's what I want for my dunk contest. AAU and the NBA are different. But the video I just showed you, he just did, well, you know, he didn't do it in the game, but that was dang, you know, Summer League. You taking Cooper McClung in a one-on-one in a dunk contest? Oh, McClung different, bro. And then, like I said, with shorter dudes, it looks more impressive. So I got McClung in that for sure. But McClung just gonna make it look better for sure. Bronny is a versatile dunker. Can he do something different that people haven't seen? We ain't seen it. But I know Bronny got crazy athleticism. Like I remember I seen him in high school, and he got up for a block and he got up for like a dunk. I'm like, oh yeah, this kid different. Because he might be around like, he might be shorter than me. But like, you know what I'm saying? He only 6'2", 6'3", bro. And he doing that. I can't do that. So Bronny and Coop don't like each other. No, that was just competition. But yeah. So yeah, that's what my, you know what I'm saying, my dream thing. You can tell in that first Summer League game. I think it's just competition, bro. But yeah. I think, you know, like I said, that's my dream for. If you don't have Cooper in there, Put in Bronny. That's my dream for it, bro. But the Bronny would throw off the dynamics of the whole thing. You know what I mean? But I would love to see it. Adam Silver. If y'all do this, if they do this, y'all gotta tell Adam Silver in the NBA, bro, like you gotta run Rashad at least $100. Like I know y'all only give the WNBA 9% of the. See, I went full circle with it. I'm out of here, man. Hey, I'll be live every single day on this thing. I'll be live at about 9 a.m. Eastern time. 9 a.m. Eastern time. I'll be live to talk solely about the Tyler Creator album. That's it. I'm just doing the Tyler thing and stuff like that. Bronny and McClung and 101 basketball. What's going on? Bonnet boys. Bronny or McClung 101. If we talking about basketball, I got Bronny. If we talking about dunking, I got McClung. Mac will win. Yeah. Mac will win the dunk contest. It ain't too many people. I don't think anybody in the NBA can beat Matt McClung in a dunk contest. I'll say that right now. Basketball wise, I think Bronny will win, bro. Bronny's good. Matt McClung cold too. He was cold in high school for sure. I know people gonna be like, I do, but yeah. G League, he be hooping too. But yeah. That's it. Like I said, 9 a.m. I'll be live to talk about the Tyler Creator album. My first listen, first thoughts, reaction, and rating to it, and things of that sort. And then I'll be live again at night, as you guys know, like every night, to talk about whatever the heck I seen on the internet that day, or whatever y'all want to talk about in the chat. So yeah, for sure. And then what else? What else I was gonna say? I think that's pretty much it. I'll be live every day. My name is Rashad Milligan. Bonnet boys, I'm so sorry that you guys joined at the end of the live. I've been on for 3 hours now. But salute. Watch the replay, enjoy it, or watch the clips. I don't know. Something on the channel is a lot of videos I upload. So something will probably entertain you in the meantime. And yeah, man. Y'all have a good day, man. Peace. I'll see y'all tomorrow. But he said Zero said, remember the ESPN dunk contest? 100%. I was actually there. I was there for Zion's dunk contest in high school. The McDonald's dunk contest, I was in the building. And boy, like Zion special for sure. Zion special. Hold on, let me see if I can find it real quick. McDonald's dunk contest. You can't obviously play that much of it because of copyright. Let me see. Because this was in Atlanta. This is in Morehouse. Oh, shout out to Javon Cornell. He just retired, but he did the jelly in the dunk contest. Did he already dunk at this point? All right, here we go. I'm gonna just play one, right? Bro, look at Quentin Grimes. Look, Quentin Grimes, Darius Garland. I know Buddy too. One of the Jones brothers, Cam, RJ. Look at the kids. Romeo Langford. I think that's his last name. This the Nas, but not Nas Reed, the other Nas. And he went on to USC and stuff like he played UNC. He played in the league for a little bit too. Olivia Nelson the daughter playing for Connecticut Sun now. Look at the kids, his babies. Is Grimes going to find a team to sign with? Oh, for sure he'll find a team to sign with. Now the one where they had the random dunkers. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Because I went to high school with a professional dunker. Jordan Sutherland, he calls himself the 1 foot god. Shout out Jordan. But I know it's kind of like a where they do it where like they on Long Beach and they got the dudes jumping out of the convertible tops and stuff like that. That's really where Blake Griffin got that from them like random ESPN dunk contests. Skywalker was, he was cold, bro. He was cold for sure. I remember you threw that was darn near. You talking about 05, 06, 02. I'm really an old head now, ain't it? I'm talking about, you talking about 20 years ago or so. Look at Zion. Here. Look at that's me right there. Look at me. Oh, snap. Look at me, man. Oh, that ain't me. I thought that was me. My bad. That is not me. I don't know who that is. That's just a random black dude with an afro. Rashad, who's the funniest comedian of all time? Steve Harvey or Jim Carrey? Jim Carrey is way funnier than Steve Harvey. No shade to Steve Harvey. Shouts out to Steve Harvey. But yeah. I got Jim Carrey over Steve Harvey for sure. Skywalker was your boy? Oh, dang. And he said we used to hoop together. Oh, yeah, you used to be in the real runs. Them real runs. But, oh, yeah. All right, y'all. I'm going to get out of here like I said I would. Because 7 a.m. is 5 hours from now. And, yeah. Zion was great. Then the fame came and messed him up. But he was already famous back then in high school and stuff like that. He been had motion. It's just, I don't know, man. I don't know. You just never know with these people, bro. You never know with these people what it is. Zero, we keeping Rashad up. No, y'all good. We talking ball. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like when y'all sit through my streams and I be reacting to stuff and talking about stuff y'all don't necessarily, you know what I'm saying, care about, but you watching through it just because you rock with me. It's cool to talk about like hoop and stuff, you know what I'm saying, that like folks care about and stuff that like it's cool for us to discuss and stuff like that. You know, it's cool with me. Richard Pryor and George Carlin are funny. George Carlin, I have to tap in more with his stand-ups and stuff like that. Of course, I know he's like a legendary comedian, but like I don't know much of his material. Norm Macdonald, rest in peace. Good comedian. But buddy that just hosted the ESPYs, he's pretty funny too, man. Bernie Mac and Jim Carrey. Oh, see now Bernie Mac, that's a joker that's funny now. Eddie Murphy and Ricky Gervais. Ricky Gervais, he ain't done it for me. Eddie Murphy pretty funny. But yeah. Let me get out of here, man. Like I said, I gotta wake up in 5 hours to react to this, to listen to the album. And then so in how many hours will that be? In 6 hours, I'll do the review. That I like Jim Carrey playing Eggman in the Sonic movie. I don't even remember that. Oh, the Sonic movie, that was a little more recent. Now I don't even think I've seen the Sonic movie, but y'all know what I said last time. I don't be watching movies like that. So like, yeah. But yeah, let me get out of here. I gotta wake up in 4 hours. No. 5 hours. Gotta wake up in 5 hours to react to a album in 6 hours. So yeah. All right, y'all. I'm out. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Lord willing. God bless us all. All right, peace.
Rashad, why you didn't hit me up?
What's up, Rashad? Hey, Rashad.
What's up, Rashad?
Thank you, Rashad.
Brother, I love you, brother.
What's up, Rashad?
What it do, boy?
Hey, Rashad.